Happy Sunday to you, everybody. How you guys doing? It is the final table of our $100 Mega Stack freeze out here at Texas Card House in North Austin. We are down to our final 10 players. We started with 64 players here this afternoon. A busy day for us here at Texas Card House. So thank you for everybody who signed up. And down to our last 10 players. Again, my name is Mike Youngblood, and we're pleased to be joined by your favorite Uncle Sam, Carnival Sam Von Kennel, joining us here in the house here for this final table. And I, unfortunately, Sam, had the audacity to deal you out of this thing as...
Yeah, you guys didn't know that this was actually Mike's last night working for the Texas Card House.
It was very sanctimonious. There's very ominous feeling in the room. There's a sadness, but everybody accepted it. They said, yeah, you got to do what's best.
If you knock me out, you get fired.
Yeah, that is a policy. It is written in our bylaws here at Texas Card House. So we've gone through a lot of employees because Sam, doesn't tend to get his money in only with aces. So
Well, I only showed Queen 8 offsuit up against...
I thought you were suited. You had spades, I thought.
Oh, okay. Queen
Okay,
eight
you had a
spades
better hand than
versus
that. Don't give yourself a little credit.
couldn't crack those aces.
Yeah, ran into king, queen, and aces, and gentleman sitting there in seat 9 was actually the winner of that hand. Had king, queen, and scooped a pretty big pot after the fact. But
Looks like he was the winner of a lot of hands. He's got heaps.
yeah, there are a lot of chips here on the table. The average stack at about 245,000 to our final 10. We paid the top 8 tonight and the final. Again, if you want to join us here in the chat, go on ahead and do so. Like, click, subscribe. Our subscribers should hit over the 3,000 mark after the last broadcast. The live stream now up to about 1,160 subscribers. So there's our payouts here, as you see, for our 3K guaranteed prize pool. Total pot was 6,400. Nice turnout. As thought we were going to get some Uncle Sam here, but the poker gods, they chose not to intervene. But
Well, if I couldn't be on the final table, there's no other place I'd rather be than right here with you, broadcasting live.
It's been a lot of fun. This is, I believe, our 17th installment officially. And we've got a really fun table. We've got Asa, back-to-back final tables. He was on the last stream, I believe, finished 4th or 5th. We gave him a good rousing outside before it started. But
Yeah, you remember what he did last week.
yeah,
He made the final table and punted off chips in epic fashion.
say it with me. I will not punt off my stack. I will not punt off my stack. It's a mantra I'm following when I'm playing tournaments, Sam, and it's working. I'm not punting off my stack as much. All right, we got Bryson raising up here to 20,000. Got Jimmy in seat 3, tournament regular here.
Looks like Jimmy's playing a mystery hand right now.
There
Okay,
it is.
there
Like,
we go.
hey, you got to go on the scan here as he'll 3-bet up to 40. Bryson has been to many final tables. Was on our first episode, actually, of TCHLive and that epic cash game with Chris Moneymaker.
Yeah, he was witness to me punting off in the HPL, Houston Poker Live. He ended up, I think he ended up winning that tournament, but he saw me just line up 4th and 6th with the special teams and just kick off a great punt with about 13 players left.
Yeah, I think he got in the top 4, and then once they got to 3-handed, the players had the agreement after the fact. But not thinking of his next move here as just a min raise back to him. Does he want to make this a really big pot, or...
He's going to make it a big pot. We're putting in a raise right there.
Not a significant raise, but a pretty healthy size one back up to 100,000 to try to take control of it.
Yeah, he's got 100,000 in and maybe, I don't know, 70 to 80,000 back.
Yeah, so he's put in half his stack, and he's basically said, I'm committed. And here comes the 5th bet, all in here for 296,000. Boy, right out of the gates here. As I probably feel. I mean, like if he's gonna put 100,000 into, I mean, it's most likely all the rest. Maybe he gives himself a window to fold this year if he really feels like he's crushed. But Bryson reads players really well.
Well, he's playing to win the tournament. I don't think he's worried about a min cash here.
Yep.
You know, he's saying he's going to take his flip and stack it up.
Here we go. Heads up, all in. Ace Queen versus nines. And 9 right here on the top.
That's it.
That is the drawn dead territory. As 9's full here for Jimmy. Gets it in as, you know, and that is why I think Ace Queen is so difficult to play sometimes in these tournaments, especially when you're not deep stacked. And I like the fact that he put it in for a raise. Yeah.
This is a $100 tournament. Like you got to play these hands. The blinds. This is a great structure, but the blinds are still moving. So that's his mentality there. He's not worried about losing. He's trying to get chips and make a run for first place.
Bryson Bird is first knocked out.
That puts us officially on the money bubble. Yeah, 8 players. 8 players paid. That is 9 left.
8th playing 280, 7th 350, 6th 450, 5th 550, 4th 720, 3rd 900, 2nd 1250, and 1st 1900 as 1,900 here for first place tonight. It's a lot of coin, man.
Not a bad score off $100.
Wanted to get in on this action and couldn't make it here for registration here, but we gotta let somebody else take the charge here as we've got a re-raise by seat 9. Aiden has run really, really hot towards the end here of this tournament. Saw a few spots that were a little eye-raising, but you know, hey, that's the fun of playing these things, man. It is. When you're running hot, I mean, you don't feel like you want to give up any kind of thing. So, well, Jimmy's feeling ambitious as he's going to put in a 4-bet here on Aiden, who already put in a 3-bet here with 10s. This is probably more combined 3 and 4 bets than we're seeing at some of the other 3 or 4 final tables.
Yeah, I like this tournament a lot. I think the chip structure is great. These guys are at the final table with playable stacks. But at the same time, let's go. Let's have some fun, too, while we're in it. We're not risking a ton of money here.
We are racing already out of the gates on our first couple of hands. Here are the the $100 Mega Stack freeze out. This will be the last weekend that it is $100 as this structure going to be moving to $150 buy-in next week with a 5K guaranteed. So a little bigger prize pool, a little bit more to fight for.
I think that's a good move. I'm always an advocate of tournaments with rebuys and re-entries, but this is a freeze out. The players wanted it, and they're clearly showing up for it. But let's up the prize pool a little bit. Let's 150. That's a perfect threshold for a freeze out on a Sunday afternoon.
Well, Jimmy's kind of a sticky player as far as, but now he's been shoved on here with Ace Queen. He's already put in 125,000. Aiden is shoved right over the top as again, and I feel like kind of I think once you could take either side on this. I generally kind of like playing Ace Queen a little bit slower in position, just. But when you do have a huge chip advantage, and you know a lot of people can be raising kind of marginally, it just you get yourselves in situations like this, and you have to make hard choices.
I just don't think anybody in this tournament is here prepared to fold Ace Queen.
Well,
I'm certainly not.
Biggest pot of the night. Here we go. 10 still holding on for dear life till we get to the river, and it's an ace.
Always
Oh,
on
wow.
the river.
8 knocked out 9. Whew. That moved very quickly, Sam. That Aiden had a huge stack at one point, and it's going to be the money bubble in ninth. It's go big or go home, and, well, he's going a place that ain't big. It's... Yeah.
He could go big on the cash tables.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And if you want to do that here tonight, we have got a lot of cash game action here at Texas Courthouse, North Austin. 3 1-2 no limit hold'em tables. 1-3 no limit with bomb pot. Actually, 4 no 1-2 no limits, and 1-3 no limit with bomb pots. The list going for some of our other games, and of course, our final table here on a TCHLive. How you guys doing? Jump on in here in the chat. Subscribe, share the link. We're excited. We're continuing to build every day here at TCHLive. A rocket ship here, Sam. I had a couple of Red Bulls, so, actually... So I'm starting to feel like, when Popeye has that spinach...
He's ready to go.
Muscles get gigantic. Like, that's what it's sort of like.
I've actually got a splash of Red Bull in this cup of vodka right
more?
here.
Actually, I don't know if you want it out of this, but that's... all the fun here at TCHLive is Corky folding Jack 10. Sam, you would shove of that one. No, probably not with that stack, though. All kidding aside, we've got a...
I've shoved many a stacks.
Yeah. Looks a pretty decent size.
One thing I tell you what, I've been on a break since doing this live stream. I haven't been with you in a minute. I kind of feel bad. Since I've been away, you've had Bones, you've had Rami, you've had Will, you've had real poker players in here. So I don't think I can add the...
Well, I mean, all we ever ask is just be yourself, and that's good enough. Like, that is uniquely you. You can only be you, Sam.
One of the few things I'm good at is being me.
All right, so we've got King Jack versus 5-4. Asa back here at the final table. All right, inside straight draw. Pairs is 5. So he's got the lead here on Cole, who raises. Min raised it up to 16. Check twice, and just keep it small. Here we go to the river. It'll be scanned here as it looks like it went check, and I'm guessing it didn't have a king or jack, because he did not flip that up.
Clearly the river wasn't a king or a jack.
Yeah, here we go. The action tracker's catching up with this here.
Asa scoops the pot, nevertheless.
That is a good boost for him. We are down to our final 8. 8 places paid. There were 64 entries here for this, making a prize pool of $6,400. Yeah, I think the action tracker is trying to keep up with it here. But as far as, again, next week, this will be a $150 tournament with a $5K guaranteed. Again, final table streamed on TCHLive.
Okay, the river was a 10, so...
Yeah, that was like he didn't choose. He mucked his hand, so it was a pretty safe bet unless he had some vision problems. That it was probably going to go the way of Asa. So fairly even stack. So Jimmy, who has gotten into 2 huge pots out of the gate.
Yeah, look at that stack Jimmy has. I'm kind of jealous.
Might need a color up here. That is a lot of yeller.
It's a lot different stack than his neighbor there in the 4-seat.
William here going to raise. Oh, with ace-8 of spade. So we've got Asa calling here with ace-3 of hearts. Cole also in the next turn out of C2 with king 10. Limp call. Here we go. 3 ways to the flop. Top pair here for Cole. Squad douche for everybody else. Maybe backdoor hearts for Asa. All right, 3 ways here to the turn. It's going to be a queen. The ace of played the lot, and it feels like it was a week ago, but it was actually 2 because we had the Super Bowl last week, and
That's right.
I thought we could compete with them, but they said, all right, let's not try. And maybe that was a wise decision. I don't know.
Apparently, a few people like to watch that for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that
I
is.
mean, it's really, they could have been watching the poker here on YouTube, but I don't know if that Shakira's that entertaining. But have you ever heard Bones break down a hand? That is riveting. But like I said, we had some all sorts of different personalities, and that is kind of the fun. Everybody's got their unique spin on it. So
I think it would have been better if I could have heard Bones sing a Shakira song.
I think I'm sure he's got a little bit of vocal talent, maybe some moves. His hips have never lied. So.
Hips don't lie, yeah.
Yeah. Open call here with Cole here with ace-5. And I think he's going to find out if he does that a few times with a bigger stack behind that could start seeing raises, but it's also kind of that gentle gingery time where I think people are kind of wandering around the big stacks and not trying to build up any big pots unnecessarily. All right, so we've got 5 players here, multi-way pot, limp pot. Second pair here for Jimmy is a mixed bag for everybody else, but he is ahead at this point. All right, checked all the way around. Here we go. Still 6s and deuces for Jimmy. Albert coming out betting here with 17,000. I couldn't really see him there with that camo hat. It took me a second. Guys sneak right in everywhere they go. Well, kidding aside, we've got a re-raise now. Foddy going to re-raise up to 48,000.
There's just some max aggression here we're seeing, and it's going to pay off.
Yeah, I wonder what really drove him to make that bet. But, hey, we want to tell you all about this, our 5-year anniversary, the Solve for WAG Academy, coming here to Texas Card House for a meetup game here on the weekend of March 6th, March 7th, March 8th, Friday, March 6th at 5:10, no limit cash game, going to be streamed on TCHLiVE. Saturday, the final table of the 30K guaranteed re-entry tournament. They're going to be happening there on Saturday the 7th, and again on Sunday, 5/5, no limit streamed on TCHLiVE. Also with the meetup games there on the afternoon for 1-3 and 5/5. So we meet Matt Berkey and the squad. How exciting is that? Like that is not just your average bunch of dudes coming to visit a card room. These are some pretty sharp figures in the game.
I can't wait to play on the tournament with him because if you don't know, he knocked me out on the final table of the little one drop in 2015 or 16.
We're going to have to bring extra security here for this.
Yeah, I get the rematch with Matt.
Well, we've got aces here for Corky out of the...
Always nice to look down at a couple of aces.
Got a raise from the small blind here with Queen Deuce off.
Standard raise.
Yeah, you got to go take that. There's about 16K in the middle of this.
Really like to see Fatty just shut it down there. Let the Queen Deuce go.
Yeah, it's not so aggressive. He's going to put a psycho bet in, but yeah, it gets folded to you in that spot. You got the big blind, the ante that's posted there. Again, this is a big blind plus ante structure. Players could get in up until level 7, where it became 1,000, 2,000. 4,000, 8,000 big blind ante. What's up, Carlo?
back to that 5-year anniversary thing.
Yes.
The, no offense to any celebrity or poker professional that's come through now. They've all been great, and they all have their own incredible stories. I mean, hell, we've had Chris Moneymaker, Greg Raymer, and then the newer school vloggers, the Andrew Nemes and the Brad Owens. But Matt Berkey, like as far as right now goes, is kind of looked at like the poker player's poker player. That next upper echelon. I mean, the stakes that he's playing in are far beyond any of the stakes that these guys would even dream about playing. And so it's going to be real exciting having him and the team come through.
Well, we've got Calvert excited to get all in here with King, Queen of Diamonds, but this excitement may not be for long as Corky has got Ace Queen.
Yeah, not to mention
Calvert
the Kings
right into
is
the
going to
money
be
here.
burned up.
I mean, he made a profit here today, whether or not he makes it out of this hand.
That is one good thing about the freeze out. A lot of times for me, a min cash is for net loss because I've fired 3 or 4 bullets.
All right, we've got that is the point there. That caps what capture losses on the day, but that's a huge draw there for Calvert all in. Corky's got top pair, queen kicker.
Diamond's not coming on the turn.
See the percentages there reflective of the active cards that are still available to be drawn to as bet into the side pot. He's got still some life here.
Looking for a king, a diamond, a jack.
Jack.
You got a few outs here.
Rooting for Calvert. He's a very nice old man. I've played in a few free rolls with him, so judging by how he's responding, that 5 of spades.
5 of spades.
Fortunately, we'll say goodbye here to Calvert, but finishes the day $280 from the prize pool. Again, $1,900 for first, $1,250 for second. That's actually like always kind of a nice feeling too. If you're making like a small stack, you're looking up all these huge stacks, and 2 ginormous stacks get out before you even put a chip in the pot, and like, oh, I just kind of backed into this.
Seems like we're flying through this. We're already down to 7-handed.
Jack Smith asking Sam, hey, do you play anymore? Never see you on the live stream. He's been in line for a handful of them. Well,
when you're as bad of a player as me, you can't really play that often.
You got a small window of time where you can try to hit your peak, right?
Now, if he wants to stake me, I'm always looking for backers. But my history does not prove to make them very much money.
Well, he's got queens here at Corky. We'll put on an raise. Ace it. He's coming in for an open with 9/8. Like it, just because it's like, hey, why don't we try to take a stab at the lines? But it's a small re-raise back, so Ace is priced in. Pot of 88,000. Yeah, we're the experts here, Sam. We know Ace is walking right in the danger zone, but he's mid-range back. Ooh, and he's going to get a draw and a scare card here to maybe slow Corky down.
If you're going to play 8-9 offsuit, this is a flop. He's going to get you paid or get you in trouble.
Oh, if Corky puts a bet, he's going to check back. Yeah. 4 clubs, and here's a chance for Ace if he wants to barrel this turn. He could get Corky out of it, but
no, we had to barrel the flop if we're going to do it.
Well, I think it's kind of tough for him to bet into the razor, but I mean, he could also sit there and think Corky has Ace King, Ace Queen, but bet him about 50,000 here on the turn. He's going to take a gamble at it. Maybe Ace is feeling it. As we can see, he's got 3 5s available and only 1 10. So 4 outs here to the river. Here for Ace up. And it's an 8. If he let the river, could he get him to fold? Nope. He's going to see queens. The best hand, Corky. Got aces earlier, picked up queens. Living the dream right now, Sam. He's just getting chips pushed this way. I don't know if you ever had that feeling happen before. It's nice. It's pretty cool.
Not very often.
Yeah, especially not when I'm dealing. Since this is, I think, my last night on TCHLiVE. We knocked Sam out of the tournament earlier.
I really would have liked to see.
It's just really
Aces
more of a
shove
dedication night. It's just kind of a tribute to a final goodbye. But no, we all kidding aside here, we thank all our subscribers. Reached over the 3,000 mark in just like 40 days or so. People craving live streamed poker, real stuff, not just recorded as it's happening. And appreciate your support. Spread the love, spread the word. Again, subscribe, get yourself a free hour or a $10 credit at Texas Card House. Well, one of the chatters says they'll stake you on the Monday 5-5 stream. I don't know if he's a real person, though.
Well, who's that?
So somebody named Jack Smith. It's a very it's broad name there, so we got to raise up with A6. So that could be a real person, or that could be somebody trolling you. They'll stake you on the 5-5. There's some good players on there, Sam. You could totally...
Tell you one thing, they would have no clue what hit them if I'm playing there on someone else's money. Because I'm already a pretty loose player on my own money. But I really don't care about someone else's money.
Me just sitting there going, is that really 10-4 of spades right there I'm getting beat by?
But look, I'm going to give him a good time. We're going to have a blast sweating my action. Like, I'm not going to be shy from getting it in.
Yep.
We're going to see every other flop. And I like to play my cards.
Got a raise up here by Corky with Queen 10. Cole's going to call with Ace 10 offsuit.
Ace,
here for his last 37K. Here with Ace 9 of hearts is... What's up, Nick from Yuma? Got a lot of the like Wes Cutshaw crew that I think Wes had like a late night stream at the Houston, Texas Card House. It's still kind of up.
He
so
does his broadcast there. Yeah, I think Nick.
It's unique. They have a heck of a following for it. And it's always just good to see that TCH logo on the felt. Here we go. We've got a three-way all-in, Ace 9, Queen 10, and Ace 10 offsuit. As Aces all in, and come away with this, it'd be 126 inch chips, and he's going to flop an open-ended straight draw. Corky and Cole some overs, also inside straight draw, so they're going to be looking to peel a 5.
Yeah, not a lot of 10s left in here.
And Cole's going to bet this here. I think there is a bit of a side pot as... No, I guess there was no side pot, so... But sometimes you want to check those down unless you've got a pretty decent size side pot to kind of keep you even, but Ace 10 versus Ace 9, and no luck here for Ace. He will be knocked out in 7th place, but back-to-back final tables, not easy to do. I give him an applause for that because last week we had 58 players. This week we had 64. And now we are down to our final 6. This is our third final. I think this is the 4th final table that we've done for this tournament. 5 if you count the moneymaker ones. This has got to be the fastest I think we've gone through 4 players that I can ever remember.
I love it. We're playing aggressive here. We're going 50-50 pre-flop for heaps. It's my favorite kind of poker.
That is. Grip it and rip it here on TCHLive. Blind's not 5,000, 10,000, 10,000 big blind Annie. Getting up to 3,170 subscribers. I say we get a 3,200 here by the end of the night. Corky gonna raise with ace 10, just off the under the gun. And this is where you win tournaments right here. Just picking up small pot to small pot, blind, blind. Establish your tempo in kind of your range, and then try to go keep attacking. So again, next weekend, this tournament will be a $150 buy-in here with a 5K guaranteed. We've had started it as a $100 with a 3K guaranteed. People have spoken. We've got a slightly bigger buy-in, bigger guarantee, and it will still be streamed on TCHLive.
Not to mention the fee's going to stay the same. So you got 150 buy-in now, but the fee structure still stays the exact same as the $100 buy-in.
And then with the $10 10K dealer appreciation, and also the 5K on time if you register by 2:25 in the afternoon. Corky and Fonny here with Queen 10 and King Jack. Second pair here for Cole. Check, check. 3 of clubs here on the turn. Cole finding some aggression. Bet is 17. I'll have to check that 23,000. Fan that up.
Fatty's looking for a jack here or a bluff card on the river.
He's got his.
He catches neither.
I mean, he might also think he's just betting with nothing, and his queen and 10 might be good. But as we can tell, he's drawn pretty thin. As Cole also with a jack in his hand. C2 will add some chips. See our chip stacks. Jimmy, 33% of the chips in play with over 800,000. Cole, Corky, all about 400,000. So everybody's still got a stab at it, even though they're chasing the chip leader right now.
Six-handed poker too here. Your ranges can open up. You can play a lot more hands. And all it takes is 1 or 2 hands, and these guys will change from chip lead to short stack. That's tournament poker.
And fairly good sized stacks here for this limit level, and
Ace
ripping
queen.
it in. And here is William with ace queen of diamonds. Albert's got a pair of 5s.
Is Albert gonna get sticky with his 5s here?
Is Albert gonna log on to pocket5s.com? I think he's thinking about it. He's trying to remember his password. What was his login name?
You don't just want to call. You're gonna need to shove to protect yourself.
Yep. Players behind. Corky will give up an ace-9, and Cole may. I could see himself talking to himself. Nope, he's going to give it up. Discipline fold out of the big blind with ace-8 of hearts. So again, we're 6-handed here. First place, $1,900. Second, $1,250. Third will be $900. Fourth, $720. Fifth, $550, and sixth, $450. As Bryson was knocked out 10th, Aiden was knocked out 9th, Calvert was knocked out 8th, and Asa out in 7th. And poor Asa, I was rooting for him, but back-to-back final tables. He's going to have to go back to the drawing board and try to figure out how to get back. It's
not easy.
No, that's why you got to crunch the numbers, go through the stats, review your hand histories. I don't know if you do any of those, Sam, but you just rip and rip.
Play one hand at a time. I got a real short-term memory.
It's like Darrell Rivas. He just said he never remembered any time anybody beat him deep on a pass or anything.
No.
That's right. Just next play mentality. As we've got a6 and a call by Cole in the big blind. is King 6 versus 8-6. Is King in the window, top pair here for Corky. Or excuse me, for Cole, we got CNC here. All right, so 9 of clubs on the turn. It gives Corky a few outs.
Good shot.
Yeah, and I mean, there's this one player here that says they would fold 8-6, and I think when the stacks are the way they are, and it gets folded to you in the small blind, there's a lot of hands I'm calling with there in the small blind if it's folded to me, and there's a lot of chips on the table. I mean, sometimes more often I'm going to come in for a raise, but this is kind of the moments of the final table that actually I look forward to, is just scrounging up pots out of junk hands that, everybody's going to want to raise their primos, but if you can find the narrow margins in between, pick up a blind here, pick up an ante here, bet a flop there, like that's the kind of stuff that gives you the edge.
That makes the difference usually as it comes down the stretch. How many pots you can steal and pick up chips without risking very many of your own.
Is Fonny going to raise it up here to 28,000? Or give me the suited Jack 10. Cool, gave up Jack 10 of diamonds.
Yeah, it's just a difference in position.
Yeah.
Jack 10 of clubs on the button looks a lot better than Jack 10 of diamonds in the small.
There we go.
Ace
Better
and a
Eureka
7.
Flop for him, though.
Corky with a gut shot here. Fatty in good control right now.
Top and bottom pair will continuation bet to 33,000. Push him out of the hand. This one player asked, so watching that West live stream, and I think there was. I think I'll just tease, like, his next video is supposedly going to be very funny because there was a player that berated him. But we're going to have Wes Cutshall back here on TCH Live on February 21st and 22nd. Wes be in the commentary booth for the 21st, and then on Saturday the 2nd, be back on the felt to tangle whoever challenges Wes Cutshall on. Check out his YouTube channel.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be some challengers. I know last time he came with a group of his own, own players from Houston. But some of the Austin regulars were ready to get on that table with him.
And they got on there towards the end, but I hope to see Wes more often. But
yeah, I think that's going to become a regular thing.
Yeah, that'd be
Maybe once
great
a month at
because
least.
it's going to be a big game. It's a lot of good personalities and like a hand-in-hand kind of thing. That's like, hey, why don't we merge these two things together here? Let's bring our followers of TCH Houston, unite TCH Nation here, Sam.
That's right.
Awake the nation here tonight on TCH Live. All right, heads up here. Top 2 pair for Cole. Jimmy with an inside straight draw. And I heard when Jimmy cracks corn, he does not care. I've not been able to back that up yet. It just doesn't care. All right, heads up.
I played with Jimmy early on in this tournament. I don't see him making a bluff here, or even definitely not a call.
Yeah. He's a man who does take his time when he's thinking through his decisions. So there's not any decision that doesn't come with a lot of.
If that didn't just prove my poker prowess right there, like I clearly know what I'm doing. I tell you, he's definitely not going to make a raise, and here he comes.
You were just being sarcastic. But
that's right.
Couldn't
You're
tell.
right.
It's like
Good
he
call,
wouldn't possibly know. But Cole's going to shovel in here for 433,000.
I will say that Jimmy just learned his lesson on why he probably won't raise. He probably won't raise the rest of the tournament. He won't make a raise here. Won't make a bluff for the next 5 tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that he took the move. It is. He just kind of ran into an opponent that had a hand that just absolutely crushed him. So, yeah, it was an interesting line. I mean, a lot of times if a player just misses a flop or they just get second pair or maybe a weak top pair, like you can get them out in that situation. But here on TCH Live, here at the final table. What's up, David? We got a lot of returning chatters. Welcome you here again. Hit subscribe, like. That's a free $10 credit for 1 hour of play here at Texas Card House. We've not used that yet. Our promotion here for the month of February. Save 25% off your hourly rate if you play for 6 hours or more here at TCH. So, Sam, I don't know if you got enough chips to make it 6 hours in that round of each game that you have, but saving time here, though.
I got good credit here.
Oh, you do? Okay. I wondered about that. I was like, all kidding aside, here we're on the final table down to our last 6. We've got a lot of no-limit action in our room tonight. 4-1-2 no-limit hold'em tables, a 1-3 no-limit with bomb pots. A lot of bomb pots. Get your fill of bomb pots every night. Double board. Here in our No Limit Hold'em tournament, our $100 final table mega stack. Jimmy here with 7-5 on the button. Cole that just called. A lot of limp pots here. These guys, I wouldn't call any of them super aggro outside of seed 8. William I played with a few times. He's really solid. He's a good player. But
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that Fatty in the 8 seed's going to prove to be the more aggressive player at this table. He's one of the people I've played with for years, traveled with. And he's probably got the most tournament experience amongst the remainder of the field here.
Looks like we've whittled it down to heads up. Jimmy and Cole tangling up yet again as an ace on the turn. Cole at bet his wheel draw, turns an ace. Let's see if Jimmy still remembers that last hand. Is he going to get a little antsy, try to make a bet? Jack saying, Sam, sorry, no more stake for you in Arkansas draw. So bad news for you. Hits keep on coming.
I'm one of the better Arkansas draw players this side of the Mississippi River. That's for sure.
What about the other side? The other side's better or what?
They don't really play enough Arkansas draw.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They play some other crazy game. Well, King comes on the end. Aces and Kings with a 5.
I'll be honest with you, too. I couldn't tell you what side of the river I'm currently on right now. Is it north of us? Is it east of us?
Aces and Kings. Okay, so you are to the west of the Mississippi River.
Oh, well then, yeah, I'm definitely the best Arkansas draw player.
Okay, yeah.
If that's the case.
You'd have to go on the other side, I believe, of Louisiana to get on the other side of the mighty Mississippi, from the top of Minnesota down to the Gulf of Mexico. But here in Austin, Texas, we've got our $100 final table mega stack.
There's an old riverboat that goes up and down the Mississippi, but you
Yeah,
can get a great Arkansas draw game on it.
Trying to think of which one that was, because there was one that around the area where I lived that they had the Mississippi Queen, but I don't know if it doesn't look like a boat I would take up and down too far away, but Corky's coming in for a race.
Sounds like the dinner bell's getting rung in the background.
As we've got Williams going all in.
As the Roadhouse gets delivered, sliders in the back.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. I gotta
He's
get
shoving.
these
He
chips
said,
in
"I'm
before
hungry.
I can go get me some sliders.
Dinner just got here. I'm going to shove all my
Yes.
chips in and try to go get some
Just
sliders."
take my money. Here.
It's a big percentage of my stack.
Yes, we'll take it down. Matthew saying, I want to be as good as dealers. You got it, TCH. So fast, so smooth. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's just, it's part of what gets you better every day is every time you know somebody behind you is just as good as you are, better. So that's a kind of standard of excellence you're always trying to reach. Got people always doing a great job every single day. It's a guy, Kurt, there in the box. Well, I mean, on streaming nights, that's when we do have sliders. We do have Rudy's Barbecue on Saturdays, which everybody devoured last night. It was so good. And pizza from Papa John's on Wednesdays and Fridays. So now William feeling the aggression. Cool. With some sevens. I'm going to call the raise up to 30,000 as we go heads up. 797. Do you think that's a good flop here, Sam?
Probably going to want to check this one and let your opponent try to either bluff or catch up. It's a good chance he's got this hand on lockdown.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good percentage edge. The Mortal Lock quad sevens here for Cole.
Did you smash that?
Oh, did you
I
hear
love
that?
that. William just asked, "Did you smash that?" Yes, William, he smashed that.
He smashed it. He wiped that right off the face of the earth. That
Ace on the river here would just be brutal, but surely William can get away. Cole's praying that made a straight for William somehow.
he's going to shove them all in. I mean, if there's a card to do it, if he figures his opponent's got a flush draw or an eighth.
Like a Hollywood job here, though.
Just to see who's got ace four high.
William's acting like he's laying.
At any moment, he's like,
Will's acting like he laid down a monster.
No kidding? No kidding. Straight for the king.
and again, we want you to come out here to Texas Card House on March 6th, 7th, and 8th for the 5-year anniversary weekend of TCH. Again, with Matt Berkey and the Solve for Y Academy, Friday, March 6th, 5:10 no limit game streamed on TCHLiVE. The meetup game itself is going to start at 4 o'clock. Some 5-5 no limit on Saturday.
We'll do some 5-5 no limit out on the main floor, and then the 5-10 on the live stream. Saturday we're playing tourney all day, 30K guarantee, single day. That's going to be a fun one. Live streaming the final table there.
The $300
Close it down
tournament.
Sunday. More live stream action. 3 straight days of live streaming with some of the best poker players.
Gonna have to
tonight.
study up here, Sam. I'm gonna be ready when these guys come in because
Yeah, make sure you
that's the
got
thing.
your-
I've been. Well, we've got a raise here as well. I'll segue back here to that point. Is we've got a good old-fashioned button raise with a 5-4 off.
Yeah, we can segue and talk about the 5-year birthday as much as you want. It's something I'm pretty proud of.
All right, 5-4. Cole's gonna call with that King 10 of diamonds. Well, second pair. Finding King 10 high here for Cole.
Fatty knows here, 5, 6-handed, short-handed. Any pair is going to be good, but obviously on an 8 high flop, he's like him out.
Like I said, the cool thing about my position is the unspoken bonus is you get to talk to like Robbie and Bones and all these guys that Bart Hanson and you and Will. And we talk through all these hands. And it helps change your thinking, at least some. That yeah, my game's actually gotten a lot better here in the last month as I've got to start to play. So yeah, I thank the community for itself for your support. That like, hey, I'm getting kind of better in the process too, but And like I said, when you run good, you feel like you're a genius in poker. When you run bad, you feel like you're still a genius, but misunderstood one.
I mean,
Right?
the game's impossible to master, but you can easily get to the point where you can have fun and make a couple bucks every now and again and keep your losses small. That's what these tournaments are all about. $100 once a week. No big deal.
BD is we've got Albert with ace 3 of clubs. See a fair amount here on the tournaments. And we've got a Monday $150 tournament here at TCH. Tomorrow night, we've got our 5-5 game. I think we're going to have Rami in the broadcast chair with us. Should be an excellent game. And King 9-7. Jimmy with the gut shot. Albert, good old-fashioned ace high. Is bet at 40,000. A suboptimal draw here for Jimmy. I feel like if he hits a card here, he can bust another opponent. Yeah, as get a fold, but all the salt for Y Academy coming. And next month, again on the 6th, 7th, and 8th, final table streamed again of that tournament for your tournament fans. $300 plus 40 single day re-entry tournament. 30K guaranteed. And I feel like with those guys coming out, the kind of people like when we had the moneymaker, like man, we had a great prize pool for that. And I think with so much momentum around TCHLive, we could have a really huge day for that tournament on the 7th. And then Sunday, streaming 5-5, no limit. Big days of brewing here, Uncle Sam.
It has been a wild 5-year ride, that's for sure.
Now we've got to raise up by Cole with 25,000. Kind of raising full. Matthew's saying, hey, you could expand your business, rotate between locations each night. If we were to do a live stream, we can't just pick up this table and put it in a new spot.
Yeah, we've got
there's a lot
cameras,
of
lights, and
wirings,
microphones.
a lot of fancy stuff. So yeah, check out our VPIPs here. But yeah, that would be a cool thing someday. I would think we're far away from being able to do that, but it's one day at a time as we figure out all the bells and whistles with all of this.
I'm going to bet, and I'm only a little bit of a betting man, but I think TCH Dallas will be the next spot that you'll see a live stream from. Not to say that Houston and Rio Grande Valley aren't going to happen, but I think we're going to keep mastering the craft here in Austin, and then when we kick off Dallas location, we'll absolutely go live and try to bring in some more celebrity guests.
You got the scroller here on the bottom of your screen too. So
there you go. It's official. $150 starting next Sunday.
Boom. It's there in writing. We can't deny it now.
We're going to start hitting 10 grand in the prize pool. That's huge. For Sunday afternoon. What could be better?
Pretty awesome to witness here. Ace-King versus Ace-5. Each player with top pair. This could get messy for Jimmy. Avid golfer. Proud of his daughter. Played collegiately. So I think anytime I've ever talked with him, it's been about golf. Has got a check raise all in.
Once again, what do I know? But I'll say that Jimmy's not going to come along yet.
Yeah, I mean, at best, he's drawing against a pair and a flush draw. And I don't think Corky, based on what we've seen, would play such a hand this way. But, hey, you've been playing all day. Sometimes you get to this point, and you can talk yourself into trying to win the tournament right here if you can talk yourself into your opponent being a bluff. But I would be surprised if Jimmy called here.
He's thinking wood, Corky, check raise, all in. with a flush draw.
Counting it out as Jimmy will take his time to decide. And he's going to show the ace and fold. A good fold there. But a hit out of the stack at Jimmy, who is once at about like over 800,000.
He lost
probably
half
be
the
about-
stack.
It's going to be about like 400 or so.
Yeah.
436s. Cole has got the most on the table with 790. William, short stack, 8 big blinds and 97,000 blinds. I think we're still, are we at 6 and 12 at this point?
6 and 12, yeah.
Really, really good structure here for this tournament. So after this, we go to 8 and 16. 16 big blind ante. See the yellow chips, the 1,000, the purples, the 500, and the pinks, of which are going in the middle there for William with ace jack of hearts. Takes down the blinds and shows it off like this is only the good stuff I push with.
He has
It's a little
been
advertising.
showing only good hands. He's really been playing patient. But as the blinds creep up on him, he's been hovering at that 10 big blind number.
I mean, he hits one more double up. He's actually sitting in a decent position to make a run here. But Cole's got the most chips. If I had to probably guess, it's probably seed 8. That's probably the most experienced and best player. Cole is... We've seen different kind of things, and he's going to open limp here with the... On the under the gun, Jimmy now with 6s. Got a lot of calling going on here. This is... If we were functional, I'd say this is like being at AT&T. There's so much calling going on, man.
Yeah, I would have rather seen William shove a suited ace there. He's only got 10 bigs.
Just shove, but yeah, it's also getting a pretty good price to see a flop behind a bunch of players. And
It's hard to have any clue where you're at here, though. You're up against 5 hands. Just have no idea.
it's checked over. As William's the last one to act. We'll get a 5
Ooh,
here on
Fatty
the turn.
turned the gin card.
5s and 4s. Fatty's going to bet here 38,000, and nobody with any pairs besides the 6s. William's got a draw, and probably going to be priced out of it. And take it down, so probably anticlimactic for him, but, you know, turns 2 paired, makes the best hand, picks up some chips, and keeps building up the stockpile. Keep moving here on TCHLive. Also want to give a shout out to Crush Live Poker with Bart Hansen for you cash gamers. Looking for exclusive live cash game training. You can sign up for a free 30-day trial of Crush Live Poker. The promo code TCH. Follow Crush Live Poker on YouTube. I'm going to give a shout out because I know the cash gamers too that playing some. We've been seeing a lot of 125 Big O, so I want to come out for those on the weeknights at 7 p.m. Games have been going, and they've been going pretty late, so I think we're turning this into a spot for people who love to play Big O. Matthew asking, will Houston start doing the 100 freeze, 50 freeze out tomorrow too? It's not worth the drive for the 100 tournament from Baton Rouge, but a 5K, that might make the trip. Yeah, it's going to be a $150 5K guaranteed. So Matthew, if you want to come over here for the drive, please. We got many people, especially, I remember when we first got to this north location, we had a lot of people that would come from the Houston area to come and visit on the weekends and play. So.
On that note, though, for Matthew in Houston, I think today they just had their Tournament of Champions. It was a 5K guarantee, and it hit a little over $7,000, as I'm told. So those types of tournaments are absolutely going on at our club there in Houston in spring, North Houston.
Yeah,
spring. It literally happened just today.
All right, we've got 3 players tangled up here. Ace King 10 versus Ace 5. Toria saying we appreciate y'all staying open late for us Big O players. Get your Big O fix here.
Just for you Big O players. Anything for you guys.
God's chosen ones. Says,
yes.
All right, top 2, aces and queens. Fonny with ace. It's got 3 pair technically, but
it's better than 2.
Exactly. Like, you know how much more value that is? Bet and a call is...
Getting a call here from Cole. That's an interesting way to play your 8s here.
Now Jimmy thinking, does he want to draw? Is he feeling lucky? And no, he's not. So we'll go heads up here to the Riv. That's what I call the river sound. Making up all sorts of crazy
stuff. Is that
stuff.
right?
Call it the Riv. All right, the Riv is queen. I don't think it's going to stick, but...
Speaking of the queen on the Riv, what does Cole do here with his pocket 8s?
Shove all in, clearly. No. People, he was going to check over here.
I think Fatty would be okay with him shoving all in right now. I don't think he's worried about quad queens. The worst case scenario, he thinks he's chopping.
Looking for value here on the end as he bets 62,000. And now, I mean, he may get a call here from Cole. I want check here on the flop. And it is a scorchingly pain decision for Cole. He's trying to figure this out and going to make the right decision to make a fool. Yeah, if we, okay, Matthew, Baton Rouge to Austin, okay. Well, at Houston, I think they've been doing $200 freeze outs on Saturdays. So for, I'd suggest checking out our website, texascardhouse.com, just for everything on the schedule there. So if you're trying to plan a trip to come over from Baton Rouge, you know what's in store for you.
Hey, by all means, come to Austin, but yeah, if you're coming from all the way over there in Louisiana, you don't have to come this far for this kind of action. They've got the tournaments at TCH Houston. Great. Probably right up his alley. If he likes this price range for this price pool, yeah.
We've got Albert here with Queen Jack. Raise up here with fold behind. And we had a lot of quick exits out of our first 10. Bryson knocked out 10th, Aiden knocked out 9th, Calvert knocked out 8th, and Asa knocked out 7th. And Jimmy's feeling like maybe I'll knock somebody out here with some aces.
Yeah, things have slowed down here some, but I think that's just a testament to the deep stacks and the good structure. There's some play time left here.
Oh, and Williams going to get it all in here with ace jack of diamonds. Going to have to get very, very lucky. Yes.
Yeah, we're going to need to catch a flush here for William.
And Albert's got a jack, and he's also got a queen of diamonds in his hand. So that just could be bad there for William.
For Albert in this hand.
Albert wondering if he's... does it look like Jimmy just called the initial raise? So he's got the trap fairly well set as William has come over the top, and that's really what Albert's thinking about right now. Is
William's not going to like this. Jimmy turns over the aces. Said, Ace Jack is no good, sir.
That's it.
Well,
Life
there's
got
one
a
jack
chance.
left in the deck.
It's going to be down to
Jack.
the last jack. Oh,
He gone.
he had one more card. He had a flush draw there. But we say goodbye to William. He gets knocked out in sixth place for $450. Final table of a $100 3K guaranteed prize pool. Mega stack freeze out. 6,400 in the prize pool. Thank you, Victoria. She's also alluding to the fact that she's been loving the monthly time promos and changing ladies' nights to Friday nights. So ladies night is Friday. 50% off your hourly rate. Also a $100 re-entry tournament. We've got ladies 1-3 no limit hold'em cash game coming on March 1st. So a lot for everybody here at Texas Card House, for Big O players, for Hold'em players, for Omaha players, the tournament players, to live streaming, to Texas Roadhouse Sliders, which we've got here in the building tonight. And we've got Uncle Sam here in the broadcast chair, so
Happy to be here.
that don't light your fire, your wood's wet. And that's not my phrase. That I totally saw that from somebody on Twitter. I will give credit to whoever that was. It was one of the funniest people I've seen. That'll light your fire, your wood's wet, Sam. Well, here's some jacks here by Corky. Albert with some trays.
Put together a raise. No, just a cup.
Yeah.
Heads up, guys.
Heads up here to the flop here between jacks and threes. Up. Right there. It's a set of curries here for Albert. Nothing but threes. And dangerous territory here for Corky as he's got an overpair.
This will just be another one of those stories where the player hates pocket jacks. It's always jacks. They never hold. They never hit a set.
They always get set on. You always run
He
into
snap
it.
calls with the jacks too.
Corky
Now he's
gonna
gonna
see
see
the
the
bad
bad news.
some tough luck as the set has been flopped, but still got 2 outs. And here comes the river. It is quads. Second quads of the night. Yeah, quads.
quads.
Yeah, would not qualify as the high hand of the night on this final table here. Quad threes. So a big pot there for Albert. So you see the V-Pips there has played the most snug out of the limited sample of hands that we've had. You know, that is going to take a pretty significant chunk out of Corky's chips. And he's been playing good. He's had some great, I mean, he had aces, he had queens. I mean, he's had some really good hands and he's played the mostly correct, and there just got a little bit unlucky here on the final table. That's right, the poker gods are mischievous. But on the other side, Albert banked the set, and I think it's akin. People tell me that their parents, that they're, one of the more special days is when their kids are born. I feel like it's when I hit a set. Like that's when I feel truly in touch with the universe, and
It's a
I
really
feel like
great
I'm accepted in life. You're like, the poker gods flopped me a set. But
Especially
kidding
for
aside.
Hold'em too. Lately, I've been playing a lot more Omaha, but in Hold'em, I don't care if it's bottom set, middle set, top set. Like
Yep.
a set is such a good feeling.
Omaha, though, you get those bottom sets or
A
second
little
sets,
trickier
and
in
you
Omaha.
just it is. I don't think your philosophy probably changes much there, but Corky still with 108,000 left, going to jam with Ace Jack.
108,000 is only 8 or 9 bigs here, so he's going to take him down.
Boom, staying alive.
I think if Fatty has anything half decent there, he's going to make the call just because he knows it's less than 10 big shoving. But 7-4 offsuit, I don't blame him. Let it go.
Buy some blinds is posting again 6,000, 12,000. And Bryson Bird was knocked out 10th place. Has busted right into Jimmy there in seat 3 on the left of your screen. Ace Queen to 9s. And that was, at that point, pretty significant pot. And then Aiden had 10s and ran into Ace Queen again for Jimmy. Jimmy knocked him out, and that was the biggest pot at that point. So Calvert knocked out 8th, Asa knocked out 7th, and William eliminated 6th. As body with a raise and a fold. As
6 and 12 or 12,000.
keep it moving here on the live stream, TCH Live. Again, make sure to hit subscribe. If you have not, we have got 5-5 no limit tomorrow night. So if you want to get a notification knowing that, hey, this show's about to go live, smash that subscribe button. William just knocked out in 6th, so next player to get eliminated will take home 550 big ones, dollars, dollar dues, whatever you might call them.
It's not a bad night at the club either. Get
Yeah.
a couple drinks, couple dances, throw some ones in the air.
To do some, I think we have that necessarily here, but I mean, if you do feel like
I didn't
dancing,
mean
I don't
this
think
club.
anybody's going to stop you, perhaps.
Yeah,
I mean, we do have some
here.
open space next to the pool tables that if you feel like getting jiggy with it, be our guest. Like,
I know we've seen George Bronstein do the dance anytime he
It's-
ships a pot.
I think we needed to have like a break dancing contest here at TCH. Get the cardboard out and get down, as we've got top 2 here for Jimmy, bottom pair for Cole. $100 dance-off break dancing competition here at TCH. Speaking
Guarantee
into
you we
existence,
could
Sam.
book some action for that.
Gonna have to get some impartial judges, professionals.
I know one of our own guys. We could probably get KJ to enter into that.
I think that would be KJ's time to shine right there.
Absolutely.
Take odds on whoever the favorites are. I think you could turn this into a whole event, but Jimmy, though, with top 2 pair.
Cole's playing super smart here. He has yet to put himself in a real bad spot. Really like the way he's playing, and it shows he's got the chip lead. He's been playing great.
Yeah, he's not overreaching any of these situations. Like he's
The way it's breaking down right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Cole and Fatty going heads up.
here on the final table of our $100 Mega Stack freeze out here at Texas Card House in North Austin. Again, 4 1-2 no limit with bomb pot tables happening. Got 1-3 no limit. We got one table of that. Players on the list for 1-2-5 PLO. And players also were witness to the greatness that is the XFL, Sam, this weekend. We had that on some of the TVs.
Yeah, I
I'm
watched.
using that term loosely, but that's. Are you
watched
excited?
the-
Are you excited for the NFL? You can gamble on it.
I guess. I watched the Vipers play the Guardians today. It just did not feel right. at
Historic
all.
matchup.
Yeah.
Long time rivals.
Big rivals, yeah.
A lot of history between those two teams. There's a lot of history between these two, Cole and Jimmy, here in our final table. Been tangling, and no player with either of anything.
Neither one of them catching much to play on this flop. Pretty much the first person to bet's going to probably take this one down. Just like that.
Just like that. Sam Stradamus calls it. Or we got, well, who are we down to? 4?
5 players.
5, okay. There's, got Corky still hanging on for dear life there. See our payout,
Corky.
2009.
He's going to need some help here soon. I
Pray to
think
the
the
poker
blind's
gods.
raised here in a little bit. I think he's already got less than 10 anyways.
Players have a lot of odd ways of trying to summon the poker gods. I've seen just outward praying. I've seen pre-tipping before going all in. It's, you know, sometimes threats. I mean, that. Of course, this is the last live stream I will do here for TCH, as Sam was knocked out here at the tournament by my hands of dealing. So we're really just laying it all out here in the end.
Here we go. Pocket sevens taking a stand for 9 bigs.
He's got some sevens. Do you have any nickname for the sevens? The 7-Elevens?
They're called walking sticks.
Walking
I
stick.
think that's what they're called.
Yeah.
Albert definitely needs to make this call here.
128,000.
Well, he what has he got? He's about 467,000 of fee. Just about a fifth of this. Okay, he's in the big line. He's still got 16 in the middle. Call 92 more. I would have to think the math geniuses here, but yeah, Corky's been fairly snug, and this is the best possible situation for him. But
it's the blind count. I mean, Corky shove here, 9 bigs. A suited queen high has to call. That's just how it goes.
and he's going to make the call as
And that's right, everybody. I said they have to call.
have
I'm
to.
never
have
wrong.
To.
Listen
For
to
our
me.
viewing
What I say
entertainment.
is right. See?
Oh, overs and
Perfect.
flush draw. 7 still best. Dodges. Still dodging out. Super 7s for Corky. And
Oh
he's
my
safe.
God. 7's hold.
Safe at home as Corky slides feet first for some 7s and improves his chip position up to 240,000. He's had his jacks cracked and now he's riding up back up top the mountain, Sam. Can we welcome you here onto the live chat on TCH Live. Say hello, ask us any questions, share us any of your home remedies for sickness. Avoided the common colds. I feel like I'm hanging in there, Sam.
Looks like
Healthy
the
as
blinds
an
have
ox
raised
at
here.
this time of year. I'm feeling good. I know not everybody is, but share your thoughts with us here on TCH Live. Are you guys watching the XFL? I remember the original XFL, the real one when Vince McMahon came out and grabbed the microphone and was like screaming into it. That's the XFL. Wow.
How many
Speaking of
times
power.
is Jimmy going to catch aces?
He's got a pair of rockets here. Harden and Westbrook, the pair of aces. Jack keeps asking about, do y'all play Arkansas draw TCH? And
Jack, come up here right now. We'll get a table in the back. You and me, heads up Arkansas draw all night long. We play for stacks till one of us goes broke.
well, here's an unorthodox way to play aces. Is Jimmy's calling it on the button.
This is how you get your aces pounded.
Well, he figures maybe the big one's an aggressive player. He's got the over pair. A gut shot for Albert. Second pair. Fatty. David asks, remember, he hate me from the original XFL? Yes, of course. Rod Smart. He had a little bit of cup of coffee with the Eagles, I think, after that. But Jimmy's going to bet 50,000 here to the pot. And well, he'll chase out everybody else. So not the most linear path to winning the hand, but Jimmy can be kind of tricky sometimes. He just kids don't try limping aces on the button at home. That is, you need adult supervision. Going to do such risky maneuvers like that. V pips look pretty accurate here. I think the left side. I mean, Cole and Jimmy have limped a fair amount. You've seen more raises. Here, my Fonty and Albert have been more on the solid end, and Corky's been kind of right in between. Van Diesel says 7-7 is the George Mirasan. Remember George Mirasan? That 7'7" guy that used to play for the Washington Bullets.
Okay.
I think he was in that My Giant movie with Billy Crystal. Of course, one of many Billy Crystal classics. All right, 3 players: King, Queen 10, 10-5, and 8-4. See the chip values there. The yellow chips 1,000. The pink chips 5,000. The orange brownish 25,000. The purples are 500. Lot straight here for Corky. Nobody else with anything.
Yeah, Corky's not going to make anything here unless Fatty or Jimmy decide to get way out of line.
Bet and a fold. So, he has come back very nicely after getting his jacks cracked. Because he was down quite a bit and down to about 100,000. Now he's still hanging in there. 17 big blinds, 272,000. Again, my name is Mike Youngblood, joined here by Sam Von Kennel, Uncle Sam, Carnival Sam, Sam Bam. I don't know if you've got any other nicknames.
All the above.
We go on for hours, but don't have enough time to get all of them in. But we appreciate you joining us here on TCHLive. You can follow us on Instagram at tch.atx. Check out our website, texascardhouse.com. If you want to find more info, out of here with Ace King, 481,000 chips. Up to 38 is relentless. Did you watch any of that UFC stuff the other night, Sam?
Yeah, those are some great fights.
Seemed like there was some cut. There was. I only saw some of like the post-match discussion, but like I don't follow UFC. I want to. I just don't have the bandwidth for all of it. I guess maybe I just need to gamble on it, Sam. Maybe that'll get me more interested.
It's very fun to gamble on it. It's kind of disgusting, honestly. Like the inner self that comes out of you when you're watching people fighting each other and you have money on one. You start cheering to hit him harder.
Hit him harder.
Yeah, break his nose. Like then you, when it's over, you're like, damn, I can't believe I just said those things.
Well, look here, Jimmy's about to
Good
go for the
Lord.
knockout punch with aces. Picked up aces again. That's like Cole. He's just going to be facing a min raise and called back here for 16K.
So far, though, his aces have yet to have a massive pot happen from him. So they've all been relatively small. Like the way this one's going, it's not looking like we're going to have big fireworks here.
No, none whatsoever. No match to light, unless Cole feels like getting spicy.
Yeah, maybe pick
Not
up a
in the mood.
9.
Another pair of aces here for Jimmy has steady chip position. Blinds 8,000, 16,000. I believe the next level jump here at this point is going to be 10,000, 20,000. These are 25-minute levels. A lot of play. Players started with 30K starting stacks. We got a 10K dealer appreciation for $10 for 5K on time bonus. So you could start pretty healthy here. If you get here on time, at here at 2 o'clock. Just reading some of the comments here in the chat box. Folks here with the thoughts on the Reyes. John Jones. Cole raising up here with the Queen 9 offsuit. Jimmy's not going to call. Albert's not going to call. So, I'm liking this position. Again, go ahead and hit subscribe if you have not yet. I mean, if you have subscribed, you hit subscribe. I think that does the exact opposite, so don't do that. But again, if you have a poker fan in your family, your friends, your inner circle, in your general vicinity, just tell them about TCHLive here on YouTube, brought to you by Texas Card House in North Austin. So we go four-handed here to the final table. Or excuse me, five-handed. Corky's was the short stack, has recovered a little bit. Got a call here at 10-8 to hearts 9-6. We've got Albert Lonnie with the big blind. Let's go four ways to a flop. This ace, king. Nobody with an ace, nobody with a king. Oh, excuse me, Albert. Check that, does have a king though.
Other way around. 4 players.
David saying, hey, I remember we had less than 100 subs. Yeah, I remember that was only like a month ago. Keep growing and growing every day at a pace. Around like 100 subscribers today, or around somewhere between there. 70 to 100, sometimes more depending on. Our 5-5 games have been getting a huge audience, a lot of repeat views. So we appreciate everybody that has joined us for that.
Some of those games have been just incredible.
Oh, sick.
Got serious players, some serious buy-ins going down. My favorite one so far has to be Sage. And he came through
that
with
was
his
great.
cowboy hat.
Oh, that was such... I want to get one of those, if I ever make a final table, I want to get one of those giant foam cowboy hats and wear it. I've looked them up on Amazon that night. I'm like, if I ever make one, I'm going to get this hat.
Are you just going to keep the hat in your trunk?
Yeah,
just
I'm
in
just going to
case?
keep it in my trunks, and I vow to you, I will wear this hat if I ever play. I don't know how long I will, but it's like the giant novelty hat, like from Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, yeah.
I think it would look classy on me, but we've got a bet here by Cole here on the end, trying to make a stab at it. Albert with second pair. Does he believe Cole has an ace here? I'm not feeling like he does. He's confident throw over there with the king. Albert scoops it. Yeah, 5-5 game tomorrow night. We'll have Rami in the booth, as you've seen on the scroller below your screen. Should be excellent. Rami gave great analysis. Really, really sharp dude as far as going through. Yeah.
Yeah, he really knows his stuff.
And we, I think the Vittorio is going to be, he is on the list for that game. He's not in the top 10. I don't know if you guys had saw one of our original 5-5 or saw some of the highlights. Wild, crazy hands, huge pots. Vittorio played in this tournament, he and his older brother, and it only took about 3 or 4 hands before at 100, 200, raising up to 4,000. So those boys like to play aggressive. It's fun to watch, but it doesn't keep you in a tournament for very long. If
You gotta smash flops.
So tune in for tomorrow night. Should be actually an unbelievable lineup, I think, here for our 5-5 uncapped cash game. Think we got to freshen up your drink here, Sam. Let's go send somebody about it. Remember we had like drinking games during this? It was like every time you saw like an ace of spades.
Ace of spades was a drinking card, yeah.
Anytime Phil Jackson raised on the button, it's a drink.
And Fatty picks up a diamond draw here, so he's going to bet. Check the round, so it might just take it down. The way the players have been playing against him. But again, what do I know?
Well, I mean, somebody's got to take a stab at it, especially when you get short-handed. Sometimes these windows open up.
I don't really understand the 10-7. He's just decided that, wow. He just felt Fatty had nothing, I guess, which he did.
Pretty convinced.
10
nice
high.
Play. Get on the final table here of our $100 Mega Stack Freeze Out. Again, next week it will be a $150 5K guaranteed prize pool. And it should be that way here from here on out. So we're going to raise the buy-in up to $150. The 5K guaranteed. Everything else stays the same. Same starting time, 2 o'clock. Same structure, same starting stack. Same streaming final table.
One of these days I'll make the final table.
One day, man. And I mean, with a structure like this, you play good. You run well enough, you're going to get here. It's not unusual when you see some of the players, once we get down to the last 2 tables, just generally tend to see guys that, ladies, that awfully darn good. Had a couple of players bubble that I thought would have been great to see at the final table, but the poker gods chose otherwise. Now we got Jimmy, who had called pre-flop and gonna give it up. Batted with the King 9 of diamonds raise. And
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Fatty kick it up a notch with the aggression here. A lot of his plays, obviously minus that last 10 high where this 1 seat came back at him with 10 high. I think a lot of Fatty's plays have been going through, and I think he's going to try to ramp up the pressure.
Still 5-handed here. That is blind, 6,000, 12,000, or excuse me, 816. 45th hand of play. I mean, we literally lost like the first 4 players.
The first
like
couple
within
orbits.
Like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Now the stacks have evened out. I think. Nobody's taken a lot of huge stabs at it. It's been a lot of jabs, little tosses, little bets here and there, but
Well, it's a really good structure. I know we keep saying it, but props to Chris. Chris Kozlowski, our GM, he built this one. He's the one that said he wanted to try freeze out, give it the right amount of chips and the right amount of time. He said the players would come. Sure enough, they did.
Bottom pair here for Jimmy Corky with a flush draw, straight draw. So ace draw, queen on the riv. And it picks a straight. Speaking it into existence. All right?
Yeah, we're going to get it there. The Riv.
The Riv.
Hashtag the Riv.
We're going to call the turn. Twist. No, that doesn't work either. But I remember us dealing in a 5-5 game. Those guys were trying to come up with like the dumbest description you can think of for like just general poker terms. So like a pair, they would just call matchers. Like I got matchers. I got shapes, or I've got colors, or I've got... Yeah, it was really hilarious. And I want to try to remember what all of it was, but... Yeah, we had 64 entries, 64 players into this Mega Stack Freeze Out. 6,400 the prize pool. fifth. For the next player that gets eliminated in fifth, it'd be $550.
Boy, must be nice to be Jimmy.
That just, he is the chosen one today. As and we'll see if Queens can crack 7 deuce here. 7 deuce, of course, a prettier hand, but Jimmy, just good old fashioned pair of queens. Okay, but Jimmy checks. Albert gonna come out betting, and
Gotta love Albert for taking a shot. But that's never going to be enough to get Jimmy to fold here.
all right, he's gonna call.
If you're Albert here, you pretty much just have to shut it down unless you turn a 6. Oh, that is a bluffable
I mean,
card.
it is kind of a bluff card,
it's a
too.
bluffable card. If Albert wants to take that line, he can.
88,000 in the pots. Just gonna do. It's looking like thinking about 50,000 bet. Just above half size pot bet. And Jimmy's probably got to be thinking, okay, well, would he have really bet an ace without raising pre-flop?
Jimmy's not getting pushed around. Not today, he says.
Yeah, he is. It is going to be hard for him to find the fold button at times here. As a jack on the end.
Jack of diamonds, not really a bluffable card here. Albert only has one way to win this pot, and that's to go for the triple barrel.
And reaching here on the end.
Here he comes. Jimmy
And
didn't come this way to fold. He's not folded now.
I've not known him to be a guy who lays down hands easily, so. And the way that he's played this out, he's
Come on,
almost
Albert.
kind of obligated
Show
to
the
call
7
here
deuce.
just
Own
against
it.
a bluffing hand.
Oh, you got to show the 7 deuce there. You got to own it. You played it fine.
Well, that is some more chips here Jimmy's way. Has up to 690,000. Albert trying to take a stab at position, and that's the thing of tournaments. I mean, you try to make one move or 2 moves, you can see yourself pretty well depleted. Albert gonna have to recover as blinds 8,000, 16,000, or $100 mega stack freeze out. No limit hold'em tournament that started here today at 2 o'clock in North Austin, here at Texas Card House. We're going to try to get to 3,200 subscribers here by the end of the night, so if you've not yet, just give that little subscribe button just a little touch, a little peck, a little boom, a little boom.
How many do we have at the moment?
About 3,170 or so. So we can get to over 3,200 by the end of the night. Like, that is...
I'm going to text all my relatives right now.
Yeah. Sign up your burner accounts. No, I kid. Some junk going 3 ways. We've got a club flush draw for Albert.
It's weird to see Jimmy with a bad hand.
What? No
normally
aces,
it's
kings,
aces,
queens, jacks, tens, nines.
What's he going to do with 7-6?
Makes a 7 though. As 7s and jacks. And we'll come out here with the bet as it's checked to him. Albert's got a club flush draw. He's got 2 overs here. still some life as we go heads up to the river.
Gotta forward. Heads up. To the river, heads up.
Trying to get out as here we go. Heads up to the river. It's a king, or excuse me, a 10.
Check.
Straight here for Albert. Go for the old check raise, and Jimmy don't bite. And that's a winner there for Albert. Again, my name is Mike Gamblett. I'm here with Sam Von Kennel here at Texas Card House. So you were you go down to like Florida, go play some tournaments for a little while. I thought I saw you might have did a little traveling, Sam.
Yeah, I was in Miami for the Super Bowl weekend.
Oh,
I didn't go to the game, but it was fun to be in town. And then, of course, I had to stop by the Seminole Hard Rock, which is relatively new. It was a really, really pretty area. Big, really nice poker room.
well, it's probably nice to make a trip going down to Florida.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. It was 80 degrees, sunshine. I have some cousins out there who have a boat, so we went out on the water.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, my parents are spending the winter down there, so they're just trying to get me to come over. And like, I'm doing just fine here in Texas since we're going all in with TCHLiVE.
Gotta raise.
Fatty putting in the raise here from the small.
Boom.
Let's let the action tracker catch up. Okay, Jack 10.
Call.
Yeah, blinds down 10,000, 20,000. 25-minute levels. This is kind of the level where you really start to see some chips move on us.
Jimmy with sixes. Okay, that explains the call.
All right, heads up here as top pair. Rafati Jimmy with sixes. Some backdoor drum. Some backdoor diamonds, excuse me.
See, Fatty's making a pretty large bet here.
Yeah, that is pretty healthy sizes.
It's like 60, 70% of the pot.
No. It may induce a call here by Jimmy in position if he just feels like he's raising two big cards, but
Yeah, I think what Fatty's doing is setting Jimmy up to make a bluff. That's definitely not a bet for value here. That's
so he's thinking this could put Jimmy in a tough spot, but he'll give up his pair. Push some chips on over there to seat number 8. Again, top 8 paid. Bryson knocked out in 10th place. Aiden, youngster, knocked out in 9th. Now we had a Calvert, who was the 8th place finisher, finished with $280. Asa knocked out 7th place for $350. And William, the recent knockout, at 6th place for $450. And that was at least like a half hour ago, if not more. Well, just about. What's that one? Keep it going here on TCHLiVE. Final table here, the Mega Stack. Again, it is going to be a $150 5K guaranteed next Sunday. Feel like need a little bump, want that prize pool be a little bit bigger? Well, you've got it. Same structure. And we invite you to join us here next Sunday. Again, the final table streamed on TCHLiVE. And we've got Wes Cutshaw's Gaming coming to here to Texas Card House. Going to be in here for commentary at 510 No Limit. Wes came out with a new video, just kind of taking shots at Mike Major, the GM over there. All in good fun, of course, but had some of our commentary spliced into that, so that was pretty entertaining, as Wes's videos tend to be. The Cutshaw crew does not go far. A lot of folks tuning into Wes's live stream last night from Texas Card House. This live stream's just an overhead video. Sometimes it'll show you some of the cards, but while I was trying to go to sleep, because it's good to kind of spend some moments there. So we've got second pair here for Cole, Jimmy, Fatty there with 6s and 5s, Corky just king high. Jimmy the one coming out betting though. His aggression may pay off here with his mid pair. Cole's going to call him though. You're out of position. Heads up here between Cole and Jimmy. And check. All right, 5 here on the end. Cole's still with the best hand. We'll see if who is the player that may come off betting is. Cole's hand still with some showdown value, and Jimmy says pair. Jimmy's pair no good. As we keep it moving here on the final table, and this is again we stream this hand for hand. Whereas I think when you see like some of the televised products, they cut out some of the hands where bet rates hold. Or here you're seeing it all happen. So if you're a tournament player, and I've been especially paying attention because I made about 5 final tables online this week and finished like 9th, 7th, 6th, 3rd. So it's like, you get little things that you can learn watching hand to hand to hand. See who steps up to be the aggressor here, because everybody's kind of playing to stay out of each other's way. And I mean, there's an advantage there to try to pick up some chips if you can do it right. Because Jimmy is by far the stickiest player on the table, so it's not the ideal opponent to try to run a big bluff through. And he's also been doing a really nice job changing speeds that you really can't pick up his hands. He's blimped with some big hands, he's raised with some, but his strategy at this point has been to play fairly disguised. That has been mostly the aggressor. Albert has played pretty tight aggressive, pick of spots. I've actually liked how he's played. And Corky the same. Yeah, really solid players. Sam will be taking a little breather, be coming back here in a moment. Folded now here to the button as Cole will raise up here with a 6 off suit. And I don't think that is an all-in shove here by Jimmy with 3 deuce suited. Whew. You got to show that, big man. Relax not to. As you missed a big all-in shove here, Sam, but it was Cole raising on the button with a 6. Then Jimmy, then a small blind, shoving all in with 3 deuces of spades. Cole gave it up, but I mean, he shoved that stack into that with 3 deuce and got it through.
Some of the chip leaders colliding with 3 deuce of spades.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think all the chips have been moving around. I think it's that 1 and 2 there on the left side of your screen. Listen here to the action here on the table. Here comes Cole. And the cutoff with ace 10 of hearts. Blinds 10,000, 20,000. That is a minimum raise. All right. Patty going to call Queen 9 offsuit. Let's go head up. Neither player hits, but pull the best hand with ace high. 10 here on the turn is still heavily in Cole's favor. Check.
Both players pick up a gut shot.
Is Fatty going to make a raise? Yeah. I thought about maybe he could make a bet, but small pot winner there. Well, Sam, when are you guys going to do another From the Felt podcast? I think when Bill gets back from wherever he's overseas for a little while.
Yeah, Bill's been in Singapore, so right now we're getting a break from it. But when we had Wes Cutshaw in last week or so, just the worst time. Ryan, Bill's in Singapore, then Ryan gets sick, then Wes got sick, and I was out of town. And just
We're full
literally, we
bore
just
into
could not
TCHLiVE
find a.
too, so it's probably been tough for y'all to get it all lined up, but we'll have that. So again, you want to make sure you subscribe so when the next episode drops, you got it right there wherever you subscribe to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play. Subscribe to From the Felt. All things TCH is.
The good news is we've got Wes coming back, and I'm sure we'll be able to catch him and get on the podcast.
Bring him on the pod, as they say, as the youngsters say online.
And I was talking to Matt Berkey and some of the Solve for Why guys that are coming. They're super excited to come on the podcast. I told them we should probably do it Sunday or Monday before they leave town and just talk about the experience. They've never been to Austin before.
Really? They've never even been to Austin. True.
Yeah, so they don't know what Austin or Texas poker is like at all. And so they'll be in for a treat. And then we'll get to talk about it on the podcast.
There, we got a queen on the river here for Jimmy.
You mean Queen on the Riv?
Queen on the Riv. On the Riv. Live on the Riv. Die on the Riv. Should just show up with giant cowboy hats on so he gets like the wrong impression that bib overalls and just like, howdy, partner. It's
Pretty
like,
sure
this is not what I thought it was going to be.
he and some of the main guys grew up in the Pittsburgh area. Then they moved out to the California and Las Vegas area. And they come to Austin and we'll show them cowboy hats. And we'll tie up some horses out front.
Get like a big spittoon out front.
Yeah.
Everybody's dipping, giant trucks in the parking lot. All kidding aside, pretty chill. Pretty trill, as they would say.
Yeah, if you haven't been to Austin, it does not fit your stereotype of what you have in your mind of Texas.
Yeah, it is.
You go an hour outside the city, and sure, it's rural. You got your ranches, but the city of Austin is definitely not your stereotypical Southwest Texas town.
It is in Texas, not necessarily of Texas to a degree, but I think every metropolitan area has got its unique swing on things. It's been really cool to be here. One of the best places to live, but not for any of you. The city's full. We are taking no more new citizens. So I was like one of the last ones to squeeze in. Like it was like Hunger Games. It was a competition. They're like, okay, you can stay. Albert gonna give up the 9 triz. 9-3, but
it's like Fatty's making a call. You don't know his hand here yet.
probably just spread a little wide over the sensor. He's contemplating. He's got King Jack.
King Jack.
Jimmy up
Spades.
with Ace Jacks. We go heads up. 5 deuce 4. Good flop for Jimmy. Going up against aggressive player with chips. See if he takes any of the lead away from him.
Yeah, Fatty's going to have to play his position here if he wants to win this pot, but most likely Jimmy's bet here is just going to have Fatty fold. And
So
that's
he
what
makes a bet
happens.
and takes the lead, and good change of pace. Keep moving here on TCHLive. Join us tomorrow night, 5-5, no limit hold'em. Have Rami here in the studio with us. Broadcast booth, the back room, we're sequestered. Their phones taken away from us. No communication to the outside world. We are joining you here on this YouTube channel. Remember to hit subscribe. We're looking to hit the 3,200 here by the time this final table is complete. 3,180. So we're in the ballpark, folks. Growing and growing and growing every day.
Damn, Albert missing his hand here. He's away from the table. Missed out on an ace-10.
Oh. Well, could have been walking right into the
Five-handed.
danger zone here. As
Five-handed ace-10 is pretty good, especially when Jimmy with ace-9 is going to bet into you.
talking a lot of crawfish boils. Oh man, you guys are making me hungry. Did they save any of that Texas Roadhouse out there, Sam?
No, I just topped off my drink, and I was disappointed when I saw 2 empty bins of...
Bummer. Savages here. They see food, they leap right inside at it.
At least they didn't touch my bottle of vodka.
That has the silver lining and everything, Sam. It's here on TCH Live. Join us here in the live chat. Try to keep it somewhat good, you know. Just saying, not saying, just saying. We're in a respectable chat session. Appreciate y'all joining us, though. Remember to hit subscribe. Next player to get eliminated will take home $550. First place, $1,900 here tonight. Been kind of adjusting with our sound settings, so now we can actually hear the table a little bit as the action's going on. So I got a nice sprinkle for us here in the broadcast booth.
Not a lot of chit-chat going on this table.
Yeah, this is kind of a quieter table than what we've had for...
I think that's to be expected a little bit more in tournaments. Cash games, a little bit more friendly. You're there to play all night. But tournaments, you start getting down to a few big blinds. You start getting a little bit more quiet, looking for your spot to shove it all in.
Ace, Jack, Deuce, Cole, second pair. Albert, who made a set of threes earlier. Thanks, David. David said he'd bring a big do a crawfish boil. It's in season. Should have that like TCH or something. I don't know if that's got to follow health protocols and stuff. So Cole here with a button bet. Jackson deuces with an ace. Yeah, no, I would say that's. Yeah, crawfish boil sounds pretty good. Nice cold beer with that. We're living the life here as Cole, Jimmy, Foddy, Corky, and Albert. Blinds 10,000, 20,000. About 50,000 in the middle, so between the blinds, the big blind, Annie. Like I said, everybody's locked in. Nobody's trying to get too out of line here. It's kind of the fun part about having some of those cash game guys. They'll play for high stakes, but they will talk a lot of smack to each other and have a good time. Most of the time.
Yeah, definitely just a more friendly situation. Cash games.
Looking for that score, though, is these 5 players, King 3-3. 2 queen X's. Queen 10 to body. Gonna make a bet and not take it down as keeping up in the world of sports, getting ready for the big game tomorrow night. 5-5 no limit uncapped here on TCHLive. That starts 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. 15 to 30 minute delay. We're on a 15-minute delay here for this stream. Nice, safe, and secure. And here's a couple of aces now for Cole. Jimmy here with ace 3, and he might be getting himself in trouble. No, thank you.
Discipline fold there.
Let it go. And Corky was 7-6. 25 more for him to call when he's already got 20 in the middle in the form of the big blind ante. 20 of the blind. Heads up. Okay, we got a pair and an inside straight draw.
I got a feeling Corky's going to like his spot here.
See if maybe he goes for the check bomb all in, or bet at 30,000 though. That's a 1/4 size of the bet here by Cole.
Probably trying to induce a raise. But looking like it's just going to get a call. Nope, there's the raise.
There it is.
Proving I know nothing about this game.
You know just enough how to get to the game, though. That's the important part.
I can
You're gonna
try
get
to-
invited to a lot of them, Sam. They're like, Sam, let's introduce you to our game here.
Yeah,
Love to have you play it.
they love when I'm playing with him.
Yeah, Corky's gonna shove all in on a good turn card. It doesn't necessarily change his hand, but
What
makes it
am
such a
I
board
watching?
that Cole's gonna have to at least
Cole
think about
cannot
it. I think
fold
He's probably
here.
gonna find a call, but
He can't fold here. He has aces. How many times?
well, I mean, Corky's the type player. He's check raised and flop and shoved all in the turn. Like he's probably going to call, but he's not exactly feeling like, oh my god, I love him. Oh, he's
Oh
gonna give it
my
up.
God.
Gets to the wow, what a bet there by Corky.
I'm so glad that I'm just a bad player. I'm snap calling there. I'm not leveling myself. I'm not going to outthink it. I'm just going to be bad, play bad, and win.
Got one question, Mike. Do you have an opinion on disc golf? It's by Adam. And you know what? I have no opinions on disc golf. I'm trying to think of any hot takes. I love more of the regular golf, but like never have really time to play it. Or do I want to? Like if I want to play golf, I want to play like 18 holes, get like a 12 pack with my friends, and like I felt too compelled to do so as of late. Give yourself a full Saturday or Sunday, but disc golf sounds fun. It seems like a fun thing to do for. Like you can be a recreational player, enjoy it, have a good time. But you know what, Sam? Actually, we should ban disc golf. That's my opinion. We should have gone for the hot take sooner. Ban it. It's unsafe.
Just taking a
Promote
stand now.
promiscuity. Get people out there throwing stuff randomly all the time.
Why
think it
play
should be
disc
banned.
golf when you could play poker at Texas Card House?
But we could build like an inner disc golf course inside. Be pretty small though. There'd be a lot of angry employees here getting hit by errant discs. That's the third time this hour. All right, 5 players left here on the final table.
Looks like blinds just raised too. Playing 15K, 30K
Yep.
now. I know we kept talking about all the time and the playability that this has, but at some point these blinds are going to catch even these big stacks.
Yeah. 10. It's going all in. Corky
Tens
going
with
all
the
on
ace
over the
king.
top with ace king. Just
Classic
like that.
race.
Ace king versus tens. Familiar foes tangle up.
I always rather be the ace king here. I don't know why. It's just
It
something
just looks
strange.
so pretty. Look, and you can make two pair. And unfortunately, Albert has been eliminated. He put up a good fight in this final table. Actually had doubled up through Corky with a set of threes, but Corky gets him back in the end. As ace king defeats the tens of Albert. I still have not come up with a nickname for tens yet, but we'll work on it. But here we got the Solve for Y Academy coming back here, coming to Austin here for the 5-year anniversary weekend. We hope to see you come back here to Texas Card House that weekend for live stream poker on March the 6th, 5:10 to limit on TCHLive. Our final table, the $300 tournament, 30K guaranteed prize pool, streaming on TCHLive, and then the 5-5 no limit on TCHLive on that Sunday. So 6th, 7th, and 8th. Mark it down on your calendar. Mark it in blood. Pin it up on your refrigerator.
Yeah,
Write it all over your face. Get a tattoo. Remind yourself of the 5-year anniversary coming up. That's maybe more extreme, Sam, but it's just giving people, ideas.
I was talking to Matt last week, and at the moment it's looking like he's bringing 9 people. He's one of the 9, so he's bringing 8 people. And so that's going to be a fun time. When he told all his team that we got a road trip it to Austin, they all jumped on board. And so they're coming down here. They're getting a spot on Lake Travis, and they're going to come play 3 straight days of poker.
They are going to be amazed at what they see when they get here. That is one way to make an impression on somebody here as far as come to the Austin area, see that area, water, just the vicinity of it.
Yeah, I think, what really sold him when I was talking to him, he said that him and the guys don't really do traveling, vlogcasts or anything. They've never done anything like this before. And I said, look, just treat it like the way to get a free trip to Austin out of it. Come to the city, stay for a few days, play some poker. I told him about the bar district downtown. I mean, there's so much stuff to do. And so they're coming, not only are they going to come for the 3-day weekend, but I think they're coming a couple days early just to check out the town.
Yeah, go have a good time. There's so many restaurants, there's things to see. And especially for any of y'all watching around the globe, you can plan a vacation around coming here. Take a couple of days in Austin to, when you have some time, come here, play Texas Card House. And maybe you might be like Foddy here, get Jackson the small blind.
He's really been amping up the pressure, too. I think this ace-9, Corky, I would have figured he'd take a shot. And I would have never guessed that Jimmy's going to take his shot with King Deuce, but,
Indeed. Feeling splashy.
It's the same amounts as the ace-9s.
So he had called pre-flop 30K. He's going to flop top pair here with it. Well, whichever way makes the best hand, I guess.
When King Deuce pays off.
If Foddy could play this aggressively enough that he might still get Jimmy to fold, but that has been a tough task for a lot of these players in the final tables to get him on. He's going to shove all in and leave no second guessing to it. Caligula saying, is it a requirement to wear a hat if you're playing at TCH? I mean, we haven't officially made it a rule yet, but, the players could vote on it. A hat's only establishment. Is there such a thing? Maybe at Britain. Fancy hats. Well, got a decision looming here for Fatty.
He's basically saying, is he up against a flush draw or up against a king? He could maybe be against ace-4 of spades here.
Could be. We haven't seen Jimmy. Well, I guess we have seen him. He put in a big pre-flop raise, but after the flop, he's shown varying degrees of passivity and aggression. So, I kind of think a lot of these guys are not sure what to make of what he might be holding during a lot of these hands. We'll give it up, a wise fold. King makes top pair, and another big pot beats good too. And let's show the top pair of the king. Should have showed him the other card.
Yeah, I just showed him the deuce.
Showed the deuce. Give him the duck. Now down to 10 big blinds, full 20 big blinds, Porky just a little bit above 20. Here on the final table here at TCH Live. Next week's going to be a $150 5K guaranteed prize pool. Jim, we're going to here with King 5 and the chip lead. Porky with a suited deuce 5. Gonna fold it. We'll stay four-handed. And Albert knocked out the fifth. Nope. Some more V pips there. Players playing a lot of hands. Not really been playing them super aggressively, but a lot of limp pots, and now with the blinds at 15:30, time is running out. Let's see who's got some needs left. Start maybe seeing some shoves. Get two players under 20 big blinds. Yeah, Victoria says, Fonny's a player you want to show the deuce to, but you don't want to show him the king there. That is...
Oh, no, you show him the deuce. Fatty's
Make
shoving all in blind the next hand. He shoves all in the next hand 100%.
I'm going to keep it moving here on TCH Live, your new favorite streaming poker channel. No, there's a lot of stuff to choose out there. A lot of content, tough to sift through it all. Glad that you have made us part of your Sunday evening. Hope you had a great weekend. I'm sorry some of you have to go to work tomorrow. I'll be at work tomorrow, but I'll be here for the live stream. So I'll be pretty happy to be coming into work tomorrow night. It'll be a fun game. And we've got a fun game coming up on Thursday for 1-3 no limit. Match the big stack. Here, Jimmy, that's so, yeah.
So Jimmy will call with the king deuce, but he's going to
but he will fold it out of the small blind, so.
I guess he's thinking Fatty's might shove.
I think there's always value in being unorthodox, so. There is something, but Matthew asking, can they chop? Or rather, they play it out. I mean, TCH cannot orchestrate the chop. I mean, we can let the players discuss it if they do so choose to.
Yeah, what that means by orchestrate, a lot of times people say, can you stop the clock so we can talk about chop? And the answer is no. The hands are going to be continuing to be dealt, and the action still progresses. Now, if the players discuss it amongst themselves and build the chop, yeah, so be it. We're not going to tell them no.
Right.
But we don't facilitate or stop the clock from rolling or stop the hands from being played out so that they can discuss icy and under or anything like that.
Yeah, we don't do those number one through the players we look to by all means. So if it's pretty firm, then I think it's like okay, then we can stop everything. But I mean, some players have different varying views. Sometimes if you I think players could decide to do it if the blinds start getting so high enough that. But I've not heard any inkling. I've not heard anybody say it. So I could see us going all the way here to heads up.
I'm not one to chop. I don't like chopping pots. I don't like running it twice. I don't like paying out the bubble bonus. I'm old school.
Wow.
You're either going to win or you're going to lose. But no, the bubble
Do you like
bonus
telling
should-
telling kids Santa doesn't exist too, or what?
Yeah,
Jeez. Yeah. Going right.
Santa's not real.
It's not. Neither are birds, according to Phil Jackson's hat.
Yep.
But birds aren't real, and neither is Santa.
I only know one bird that's real, and that's the bird.
Yeah, that's the only bird we know is our bird here at Danny Bird here at TCH. It's good to see him today.
Yeah, I wanted
Clearly,
to
he
see
didn't
him
make it
on the-
far into this tournament, but
I wanted him to make the final table. That would have been fun.
yeah,
Very
that would have
entertaining.
been. That would have been hilarious to see a good old bird on the final table. But
I know that he spent at least 30 minutes picking out his best final table outfit. But the cards just didn't hold up for him tonight.
you know that the poker gods they don't like that. They want you to just be yourself. You know. I guess I shouldn't talk. I'm the guy who wants to bring a foam cowboy hat and keep it in
That's
my
true.
trunk for these.
You're going to
so-
keep it in your car, too. You're
Yeah.
going to have it ready.
I mean, I won't keep it in every day because I think that could be a disaster.
for the
but
days
just
when
just
you're
like the
playing on
day,
nights.
just keep it safely in tow. that break between walk into the last moment confidently here with a big giant oversized barreled hat on. So we've got a completion of the small blind, Jimmy checking the Doyle Brunts and the 10 deuce clubs. All right, 663. Ace here on the turn is bet and fold. Again here on the final table. Adam saying it's muted since the banned disc golf take. I think this is the Adam who got knocked out in 12th place, so he might still be feeling a little salty after my banned disc golf take.
Is that all I left? 11.
You gotta ban something.
You didn't get a chance to get it.
All right, 15K, 30K. Still keeping it rolling here on the final table. My name is Mike Emblett here with Sam Von Kennel here at TCHLive. We have had a fun-filled day here at the card house. It is a very busy day for us. We've still got 1-2 no limit happening. 4 tables of that and 1-3 no limit cash game happening here at TCH tonight. So Jimmy with ace-6, gonna complete out of the small blind. Batting gonna check 9-4. Cool. Couple of trays. Queen, queen, deuce. Now a king here on the turn. Queen on the riv. It's queen's full of trays. I think it's going to go check all the way around unless Cole's going to go for the old value town bet. I guess he feels like maybe a deuce will call him.
That's the only thing that he wants to call.
Or maybe get a weaker hand to fold, but I don't think that's happening. Well, I mean, he's going to get looked up here by ace high, and turns out to be a very good bet because he did get somebody with a weaker hand to call him, and
I guess
kind of
Jimmy
scratching
thought-
our heads, but
Jimmy thought that was a bluff, but again, Jimmy's calling to chop at best. How could Cole possibly put a value bet with less than ace high?
Some things, man, we're just never prepared to learn, Sam. That is, appreciate you joining us. Jump on in here in the live chat here on TCH Live. Appreciate your comments, your questions. If you have anything pertaining to Texas Card House, this tournament, by all means, feel free to ask. Appreciate y'all's support. Trying to get over 3,200 subscribers here by the end of the final table here tonight. We're almost there.
Can we get a color up to Jimmy's stack?
Yeah,
here?
we
This guy does not need 180,000 in yellow and purple.
yeah, just to call 30K pre-flop. Now I'm thinking here with the A7 offsuit. Corky here with King 10. No raise. Wait, did we get a raise? Okay, yep. Well, here we go. Heads up, King 10 versus Ace 7. Here we go. Open-ended straight draw here for Corky. Ace high here for Jimmy. Corky with a raise pre-flop's going to check the flop. Going to reduce the bet here from Jimmy boy. Jimmy man says 120. Corky's got a lot of chips here, guys. He's going to go in for a raise. Come on, go in for a raise.
I'd love to see a raise here.
Boom. Come on. Well, I think we may just get a call. Pot building here to 460,000.
Ace on return would just
No.
return.
Do this a little bit of a dub as Corky getting out of position. Heads up in this pot. Jimmy's reaching. Going for a big bet. Yeah, same bet actually here on the turn. A bet of 120,000. Get Corky out. It's been a wide assortment of strategies. Everything's working here for Jimmy now. Here with 834,000 in chips.
At this point, we're about 2.5 hours deep. These guys have been playing. We started today at 2 o'clock this afternoon, so fatigue starts to set in probably about now. But the pay jumps at this point start to get to be the point to where the adrenaline kicks in. We're going to start playing for real money. $100 buy at $1,900 up top. That's a really good score for a single day tournament. Check, check, showdown, pair of sevens. A7 beats A6 is fact.
All right, Sam, what did I miss?
You missed A7 beating A6.
Exciting.
A lot of checking going on.
What? Yeah. It's like an audit.
Yeah.
Take a little bathroom break here, back here with you. Mike Emmett, Sam Bon Kennel here. The final table of the Mega Stack Freeze Out here on TCH Live.
As you were gone, I made the point. I mean, it's now 10 o'clock at night. These guys have been playing for 7 to 8 hours, depending on what time they're registered.
Mm-hmm.
Fatigue starts to slowly set in at this point. You're tired. It's been a long day, but at the same time, $1,900 up top. That's going to
still
keep you
playing
awake.
for it. You're
That's
still
going to
playing
keep
to
your
win it.
attention.
You know, that'll spice up your energy. Just remembering that. Is Jimmy picking up a pair of 8s?
I'm on the shop.
No action there, but lines still keep moving around 15,000, 30,000. We will move to 20, 40 in the next level. And that means, there's 100,000 in the middle. So it's going to speed things up rapidly.
No doubt about that.
As we wait, our next elimination is 4th place. We'll take home 720. Not a bad piece of money for...
No?
It's 64 entries into this. Prize pool 6,400. And next week is going to be $150 5K guarantee. You're on TCH Live, so sign on up for that next weekend. Same structure, same time, same bat place, same bat channel. Boom. Who was the best Batman, by the way? Was it Adam West? Was it Michael Keaton? Was it Christian Bale? Was it Ben Affleck? Is that your favorite Batman? All right, 7 Deuce 3. Let's bring it here to the chat. Who was your favorite Batman? So you had George Clooney. You had let's see, who else?
I know we're down to 5-handed or 4-handed or whatever, but it seems like Jimmy and Fatty keep getting tangled up into these hands.
They're the ones most active.
Jimmy just refuses to fold. Like it just won't go away.
Yeah, I've dealt to him quite a bit, so none of this, what I have seen, has been
I mean, Fatty has to
shocking,
know.
but
He has to know right now his 7's good here. There's very few combinations of cards that are going to beat him, and they just keep battling.
thank you, Arkansas Draw says great stream, guys.
Dustin.
Even a whole nickname there. You'll never live this down. Matthew saying the best villain was Mr. Freeze. Yeah, that was that Arnold.
Was that Arnold?
Yeah, Arnold. That was when they had, it was like Chris O'Connell as the Robin. They had Alicia Silverstone, I think, as one of the Uma Thurman was Poison Ivy. I thought she was terrific in that late 90s Batman.
To be honest, this is probably the one. I mean, it's funny because we lost.
Kevin Connor says Batman, the animated series.
I would have won the first 4 hands, but I played the next 2 after those first 2.
Oh, okay. So like these fellas taking a brief bathroom break here, just to take a breather. Yeah, my name is Mike Yemba here at Texas Card House. This is TCH Live. Again, tomorrow night we've got 5-5, no limit. We will have Rami back again here on the broadcast chair. I think we may see Bones on the felt playing. So, again, subscribe so you get notified when the stream is starting. We started. The game itself starts at 5:30 Central Time. The stream starts at 6 Central. Operate on between about 15 to half-hour delay, depending on when we get everybody situated. So it's going to be a fantastic night. Our 5-5 games have not disappointed a single bit every single week. So I implore you to check that out.
I was just going to make a little more room for him.
I want to remind you again also about Solve for Why, Matt Berkey and company coming here to Texas on March 6th, 7th, and 8th here to Texas Card House. here for the 5th anniversary. So come on out to have 5-5 meetup games on Friday and Sunday.
Yeah, I can just give a little bit more room there.
Saturday, we've got a 330K guaranteed prize pool with the final table stream on TCHLive as well. So a lot to come out for if you're a tournament player, if you're a cash game player. We're looking forward to having Matt Berkey and the Salt for Y Academy coming out and helping us celebrate our 5-year anniversary here at TCH. 5 years could go so fast. I think we may be doing some color ups here too. We may move some of the seats around, so give some of these guys a little bit more room. Again, you can follow me on Twitter at HoopsMike, on Instagram at HoopsMike. For us here at Texas Card House, get Instagram tch.atx. You can also follow the TCHATX Twitter. Been posting a lot of links to some of the live streams, and links to some of the tournaments. Apparently the Oscars are going on. Can you believe that, guys?
Are they showing it over there? Is it on?
Who would have thought they would have tried to go toe-to-toe with us here tonight? But I understand. It is a Sunday. Appreciate you joining us. I've seen a lot of movies, so I might actually have some takes here, but I'm not getting caught up on who's won what.
I had open-ended and I had fair. No, that's something. Yeah, it wasn't total.
So we're getting players back in here. This is going to be 5-handed. We started the final table with 10 players. And lost our first couple very fast as Bryson Bird got in all in with ace-queen against Jimmy's 9s. On about the second hand, I think, of the play of the final table.
Once that y'all saw,
9s held up, made 9s full.
like 3 months.
Then Aiden had a lot of chips, got it all in with 10s against Jimmy's ace-queen, and ace-queen won that. Then Calvert was eliminated in 8th place. Asa knocked out in 7th place. William was knocked out in 6th. And in 5th place was Albert, who took home $550. All right, over here to
Next thing, yes, we're still at 15:30. That's correct. Next thing.
Jimmy now here on the button. And just going to call.
3 players.
Seven, 4, 3. Top 2 pair here for Fani. 10-9 and Queen-9. Both just over cards.
Call. I start full call.
And I think this would be an open and shut case, but Jimmy's going to call him here. It's going to peel. Again, he's still got no pair, no draw. Queen or 9 would actually hurt him, as Jacqueline Phoenix. He won Best Actor for Joker. It's a hell of a performance. Creepy, weird movie, but it was pretty entertaining. Look at that. Joaquin Phoenix Joker or Heath Ledger Joker? Yeah, Heath. I'd probably still go with Heath. I think that was such a legendary. And I mean, like, it's tough to compare like an origin story versus, you know, what Christopher putting Ledger in a Christopher Nolan movie. It's just, they're just kind of apples and oranges. Both fantastic, but yeah, Nicholson's was also really good. Phoenix had like a way more eccentric character. Like there was more of. I think the thing about the Joker character is like you understand this guy is kind of a nut job. You don't necessarily know why. Like, and I think that this movie this year at least kind of planted some of the origin stories. And I think people will get a real kick out of that because it's just the deviation from from some of the normal, and I'd have to look at the best actor nominations to be as like, okay, who's my pick for this? I'm gonna have to Google that, Jamie. All right, 10-10-8 here between Fonny. He's got a king high diamond draw, cool with some overs. Fonny in position, gonna check it. Check. Here with an ace. Now a straight draw for Cole. And a deuce here on the riv. That is deuces and tens with an ace. So as much as I give best actor, I think that's got to go to. It's got to go to DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, I think he deserves that over. There's no fun, Phoenix.
Got the athletic deal on this table.
Yeah,
Yo, what's going on, guys? Here in the chat box. Remember to like the video, hit subscribe if you guys have not. Be sure to spread this link around, go to your internet forums, tweet about it. We appreciate your support as we keep growing and growing every single day. Here on the final table, we are down to our last 4 players. Here in about a 15, 20 minute delay. Alright, gonna raise it up here with King Queen offsuit. Saw a lot of y'all that are in the chat box now watching Wes's live stream. He was sitting with a ton of chips last night at our Texas Card House in North Houston. I had never really seen like his pure live stream that he does, so that was kind of neat to watch. Before I went to bed, and I think they were still playing pretty late last night. Early this morning. Jimmy checks 6-5. It's going to turn 10. And a bet, and we'll get Jimmy out, because keep it moving here on TCHLive. Final table here, the $100 Mega Stack freeze out. No eliminations yet. We're down to our final 4. Blinds on 20,000, 40,000, 40,000 big blind ante. It's been kind of an up and down final table. We had all the action in the front half of it, and now it's some moves here and there. But Jimmy has made a lot of hands and trapped a lot of players. Now Cole picking up ace jack spade. Talking about the Oscars, you know the Oscars are tonight though. I don't know if you had any nominations or.
Yeah, you can get bets in on that. They're taking bets for Best Picture and Best Supporting Actor and all those things.
Just looking up all that stuff right now. Is 10-9 deuce with spades, as we could see some action here. Straight draw. Fanny, ace high flush draw for Cole. Shove all in. Oh, this is a big pot, and we've got a call. All in and a call here with ace jack of spades versus jack 8. Tough spot. Both players make a jack and a spade on the end. And this Foddy has been knocked out. Can't believe it. Just like that.
No, Fatty's knocked out. Is he?
Yeah, I think he's very crippled.
He's going to have
down
some
at
chips
244,
behind, but
actually.
yeah, it's going to leave him 7 or 8 bigs here.
Yeah, you can still come back from that, but that is a pretty significant chunk of his chip stack. You still have 4 players, but time winding out here for the low stacks. going through all the Academy Awards. See if there's anything interesting. Toy Story 4 won Best Animated Feature Film. Gotta be excited about that, right?
Big Toy Story fan.
Yeah. I actually went and saw the fourth one in studio. It was a very sweet movie. Like, it was very nicely done. But, yeah, it looks like... Got talk of The Irishman. Have you seen The Irishman?
I did not.
Yeah, it was... well, if you've got like 8 days, then you can watch the movie. And if you got enough time, it's like a couple hours long. But at least it's generated Jimmy Hoffa discussion, which is always good. So if you got any Hoffa takes, you can bring them in the chat box. You know, if any pro-union supporters here in 2020 want to chime in for what it was like back in the 60s or so. Weirder times back then when they're talking about that movie. It was really, really well done, though. It's actually a good watch, but I think there's some question of the validity of the entire story.
Huge swing there for Fatty. He goes from chip lead to short stack just like that.
Boom.
He takes that pot down, and he's got well over $1 million. He's on track to take this tourney down.
So I think we may finally get our color up here, guys.
Looks like we're getting ready for it. It is definitely long overdue.
No, it's kind of the tough part is just, players, for this, that we give them about a 15-minute break to get everything set up here for the final table, and then we just play it through, whereas, untelevised, you can kind of take a 10-minute color-up break, but we like to kind of keep the production going. So we're happy here to have a window of time to get some of these chips colored up and concise here for you, the viewer.
The action rolls on.
That's right. It's 4 high here. Batting Corky with queen 5 high. Those are 1,000 yellow chips, 5,000 pink. Purples are 500, and I think you won't be seeing either those yellows or purples here very soon. But seeing some are more of the, is it orange or I call them the orange chips, but they're kind of brownish too, I suppose. Maybe you might even see the 100K navy blue, the Carolina blue is what it looks like. Talking about movies, saying, hey, my cousin Vinny is Pesci's finest. I don't know, did you ever see a little movie called Home Alone? They got hit in the head with by some psychotic child named Kevin McAllister with paint cans and BB guns and fire torches. Man, that kid was psycho, Sam. I should have never left that kid home alone.
Indeed.
Power gone awry, but we got Jimmy here with ace deuce of diamonds. Fatty's gonna shove all in here for 324. Jimmy's facing a pretty sizable raise, and
344,000.
is he feeling lucky? Yep, we're going heads up all in. Ace deuce versus king jack. Ace high with the best hand. And misses here for king jack. Jimmy running good. Wins with the best hand here with ace deuce diamonds. And we are now down here to 3.
And then there were 3.
So minimum 900 here for anybody knocked out at this point. Is second is 1,250. First 1,900. talking about this in our chat. So the theory is Kevin grew up to be Jigsaw in all the Saw films.
I'm taking my chips and putting them back.
I think we've had chat about best gambling movie / poker movie. I think we had that on when Bones was on. We went through all of those. I still got to watch one of the documentaries that he recommended. Just gonna try to remember what that was, but hey, can't go wrong with rounders. It is the standard for poker movies, at least. But I watched Veep last night, and they were playing a home game cash game on during one of the scenes of Texas Hold'em. And again, people betting out of turn, people string raising. Well, actually, there wasn't a string raise in this one, but I still keep thinking, Sam, we can make a lot of money if we just license ourselves as poker aficionados for any movie scene. Just be there as consultants, be like, you did this wrong. They're putting the chips wrong. Like, we can make thousands here, Sam.
Maybe hundreds.
Maybe a few bucks.
A couple of shekels.
Like I said, I got a couple of. Not all my ideas are brilliant, but they're in the ballpark. As Jimmy comes in for a raise, three-handed as we keep it going. Corky down to 5 big blinds. Trying to think of differentiating between just gambling movies / like there was actually a really good series on HBO called Lucky, but it only made it like 8 episodes because it also involved like horse racing, and a couple of the horses were injured or dying, so they made them shut down the show. But it was actually as good of a story as I can recall as far as intermingling poker and horse track racing. The worlds kind of collide with all the characters. It was really good, but had like Nick Nolte in it. We've got A7 versus threes.
Kind of surprised the threes don't make a call
No.
there. We're three-handed. The shove was 10 big blinds. Not even. The shove was 6 big blinds.
See, Brett agrees with me. Lucky had the only reasonable poker scenes in any movie or TV. 100% correct. There was that ESPN series too.
Y'all see me move chips, right?
Remember when they did that poker series, that ridiculous thing with the guy who played the dad in Free Willy? Forgetting it was also in what the heck was that?
This one? This 7 here?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to remember the actress name. Played like the villain.
I could have done that good, Greg.
We're gonna figure this out here.
You know what? That's a fair point.
Getting our color ups in here on TCHLive, the final table, $100 mega stock freeze out.
Looking like we're spacing out, too. I'm going to make it a little bit more comfortable. There's no reason for them to play three-handed in
Yeah.
the 1, 2, and 3.
It'd be kind of weird to just be sitting like right directly next to the person.
Let's spread it
That
out.
makes
Get
it tough for the
comfortable.
dealer too, because it's like easier when you spread it out to. Trying, it's froze. Trying to look up this actor info here for. We talk about poker movies. There we go. God, can any of you guys remember what that was? Yeah, Michael Madsen, that's what it was. Tilt, that's what it was. It was not. That was. Got Jimmy limping here with ace queen. Here three-handed. Try to see if we can make opponents do the betting for him. Has got top pair. Cola has got 10-4 high. Now it makes a 10 here on the turn. Jimmy here with the top pair.
Bet. It's got to be 40.
It is 40. Not bad.
Cole here has made second pair as small bet of 40,000.
Cole's got the chips. He's going to call it.
1 and 2 in chips tangled up here is Jimmy coming in here for the Riv, the bet of 100,000. Cole considering a call here on the end. And this is kind of where the pre-flop limping has paid off. Is it's been hard to put Jimmy on these kind of hands throughout this final table. Yeah, it's going to get paid off as ace queen, top pair, top kicker, the best hand. Extract some value here. It's three-handed on the final table.
I think that's a product of some of the hands that Jimmy's been showing down.
Right.
Cole's going to look at his middle pair, no kicker, but he's going to look at that and weigh that up against some of the hands that Jimmy's been playing. And, it just happened to be the time that Jimmy has it, but Jimmy has been playing any ace high pretty aggressively, so I don't hate Cole there for just looking him up. He had some showdown value.
And join us tomorrow night, 5-5, no limit cash here on Texas Card House Live, TCHLive, your new favorite poker channels. Cole's got 10s. Jimmy's got the 9-6.
Raise. 100,000. Fold.
And the raise will get him nothing, but we'll take the blinds and the antes. Still three-handed.
Rare fold by Jimmy. I'm kind of surprised he didn't play his 9-6.
So 900 here for third place, 1250 here for second. First, the 1,900 is. Again, blinds 20,000, 40,000 between these players. Corky hanging on the edge, living on the edge, and Cole here with ace-8, three-handed. And just going to call here on the button. Corky here with 7 deuce, so not feeling too dangerous.
Not the hand you want to see when you're short stack in a tournament.
Not a bit. Heads up here between Corky and Cole as 4 here on the turn. Saying Parasite has won Best Picture. Well, there you go. I had not seen that one.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Thanks a lot.
Parasite is winning a whole bunch of awards here tonight.
I literally never even heard of that movie.
Yeah, I hadn't even really seen the trailer, but I know that it's gaining a lot of traction. Is it like a weird movie or one of the okay?
Too
Yeah,
much reading. So heard it was all subtitles. So I don't think I can do that.
yeah,
Can't pay attention like that.
yeah. You gotta do all that reading.
Somebody gonna come with me and read it to me.
Yeah, you probably get somebody to do that for you. They have like captions, or do they have like those earpieces that can translate language? I don't know if those are like a real thing or just a figment of my imagination.
I don't know if that exists.
I thought it did. I think but maybe I've watched too much TV and I've mistaken reality with just something made up. Yeah, this is a little bit of a quirky final table. You have two players with the most chips who have done the least amount of pre-flop raising. And they are determined to make this last as long as they can, I think. Well, that's why we had the blind standings going up, escalating.
It's really all been Cole and Jimmy so far. I mean, now that since we've lost Fatty, it's just been the two of them basically in every pot. And so you don't need to see Corky having his chip short stack. He's going to have to make some moves. Cole and Jimmy just keep trading blows back and forth. But Corky's the one that's here in trouble right now. He's got to chip up. Big decisions being made.
20,000, 40,000, the 40,000 big blind ante. And like I said, Corky, the short stack, and probably the next player we're looking at. That he's got to make a move here before he's whittled down too much. That it's hard three-handed. Sometimes you just got to pick a hand and go with it. Is this it?
I mean, Corky's sitting on 5 big blinds here. There's not a lot of hands you can fold. I mean, he's taking the blind next hand. That's what you got to keep looking at. Is this hand going to be better than the next? The next one he's going to have to put in.
Right. So, I mean, 40, and he's got to put in 80,000, so he's got to put in like almost.
Yeah, he's only got 5 bigs. He's going to have to put in 2 of them already.
You know, had he shoved and Jimmy called, Jimmy had flops. Third pair. I think Corky may have turned a flush draw had it been in, but opportunity here for Cole to take a stab at it. Jimmy's got third pair and a flush draw. I can't imagine he would fold here with a bet of 65.
Jimmy's never folding here. It's call or raise on that.
Thanks a lot, Bryson. It's a great broadcast as always, Mike and Sam. Bryson got knocked out. We were kind of bummed by that, but that's the game.
Yeah, I was talking to Bryson before the final table started. I was looking forward to getting a comment on his play. I told him I was going to not hold anything back. But
You never gave us.
yeah, and his ace queen, it's pretty standard. I can't say anything about it. I'm sure a really good player could make an argument, why he can fold there, get away from the 5-bet shove. But
Well, once he's put the 4th bet in there, he's committed a stack, and they're just kind of, unless he really gets a feel that he was totally dominated, it's like you just got to get it in.
and like we said earlier, I know his mindset coming into this final table. He's not looking to min cash. You're playing for first place, or you're going home. You're starting in tomorrow. That's the mentality he's thinking. So don't hate his play at all. Enjoy playing with him today.
Yeah. Great Bryson Bird. You see it many final tables here at TCH. All different kinds of buy-ins. And if this tournament becomes a $150 5K guaranteed next week. That's right.
I'll be here. Hopefully not here in the booth, but on the table.
So we got Cole raising with ace queen of spade, Corky. I might be just putting this thing in blind, but that's the tough part is you got 80,000 in the middle, you got half for stack in there. It's just
How do you fold and leave yourself 95K here? You know, just it's almost any 2 cards. You know, we don't know what he has, but and there's
Corky's going to do it. He'll shove and put the rest of his chips in for 135,000. He's got 8-4 suited. That we can get it in there with 8-4 suited.
and of course Cole's never folding here, and obviously you can see his cards, but I mean it doesn't matter here. His chips stack versus in any 2 cards you're calling. It's 135K. So you're gonna see what happens. See if you can't get this thing heads up.
65, 45, 35, excuse me, but drawing a lot less spades. On the turn, Corky is drawing dead here. Has been eliminated in 3rd place. A great run, though. On a nice finish. We're getting a great job here at this final table.
He overcame a lot. He had chips for a while. He took some hits and battled back. Third place run for $900 off a $100 buy-in. Can't complain. It's a good Sunday.
That is, and we thank you for spending your Sunday with us here at Texas Card House. Follow us on Instagram, tch.atx. Yeah, you've seen that bar across your screen. Email Asa at texascardhouse.com if you'd like to be a part of getting on the list for our West Cutshall games. And we've got 1-3 ladies, no limit, coming up on March the 1st. Live cash stream, ladies only, March 1st. This Sunday. It should be a great cash game here. I think we've got actually a pretty long listed sign up for it. So we are on about a 15 to 20 minute delay here at Texas Card House in North Austin, but we still do have got some 1-2 no limit tables going. I think we've got 2 or 3 of those and a 1-3 no limit game going here tonight. As action winding down here for the weekend, but as you Big O players know, we can keep this open throughout the evening hours if you got a game you like.
Yeah, if you're playing Big O, we are not closing.
Ace 6 versus Jack 5. Cool's going to complete. Jimmy's just going to check here at Jack 5 as King 4-7. Yeah, and it's going to be a repeated thing. We're going to see players miss flops. You're going to see non-premium hands go up against each other.
Heads up poker,
Yeah.
ace high is plenty good. You know?
Heck yes, especially against Jimmy, who's
Very, very hard to make pairs. You're not going to hit your draws. I mean, you will, but it's a lot harder. I mean,
well. I don't necessarily know if I would have called the flop with Jack 5, but floats it out of position and turns a 5. So we'll see if he's still married to this hand. Well,
Yeah.
Cole with an open-ended
a
straight
5
draw.
gives Cole the open ender. So I mean, any ace, any 3, any 8, he's not going anywhere heads up. I mean, like we said, Cole knows that ace high is typically good in a lot of spots, especially against Jimmy. We've seen Jimmy play in any cards. Like, I mean, the guy just floated Jack 5. I'm sure he
Did
turned his
put out a
5.
raise here?
Jimmy
I think
is
he
the
looks like he put
man.
out a 160 chip raise, 160,000, 100 more to call.
Maybe I'm wrong this whole time. Maybe Jimmy is just an absolute wizard. He is the man. Certainly tonight.
It is. He has built up quite a chip stack. He's played some hands a little unorthodox, but has made it work. And now Cole with a ton of outs, overcards, straight draws, and it's got a brick. Brick City here on the end. But he's still, well, I mean, it's a 2-pair hand for Jimmy now. As floated the flop again with nothing, came out with a check raise on the turn. So he's hoping maybe he's going to get looked up by a king, but
Betting
Sweet.
225. Never getting a call here.
well, action winding down here on Heads Up. Jimmy, an unstoppable force here on the table. You cannot get him out of the hand, and it's coming in like a wrecking ball. He might.
Jimmy just might be my new favorite
He
player
might.
of all time. The
Might
guy,
he might take. I mean, Vittorio made quite a splash, but not his first time on TCHLive. Jimmy,
his range of hands that he plays is bigger than mine. His floats that he makes are just the
wider than
greatest.
yours.
Yeah, he makes
And
more
it's out of
floats than I do.
position. you know what? This might be one of the faces of the new poker boom here, Sam. No, I can't. Well, all fun aside. It's been a long day. Got here at TCH 10 this morning, so He's got bottom pair here for Jimmy. Still hanging strong thanks to my good friend Red Bull. So you get some wings on you.
Got a 2-1 matchup right now.
Yeah, he's got a pretty big advantage at this point. And blinds 20,000, 40,000. At the next level that we would go up. Let's check that level there, Sam. 25, 50. Then to 30, 60 if we happen to get there. But stack's going to do this way, I think. Boy, see how much longer we go here. Ace-8 of diamonds in the big blind. We have seen Jimmy play aces slow, fast. And here's going to pop it up. Cool with the suited king on the button.
No, suited king heads up. Very playable.
100%.
That shows us, once again, we've learned what I told him to do. Because I would have played that.
Bryson saying, no one is wider than you in a rebuy tournament, Sam. No one.
Oh, yeah,
as far as the wide range.
That's the difference. If you put me in a rebuy, promise you I'll make
that is.
With my call
You're like, I didn't
ranges.
realize that was a card in the deck. I didn't realize you could play the Joker here, but if you did.
There's about only 3 or 4 hands that I'll fold. Yeah, that's okay.
Wow. Dude, what about 70 suited? Whatever we're suited, is that.
That's the thing, like, there's always a time to play 7 deuce. It's funny. I play with my friends, and I think it's hilarious to slow roll or suck out, so I'm going to try it. I'm going to take a shot.
Cool here with Queen 3, a spade. Jimmy with kings.
Hey,
Kings,
heads up.
and just calls.
Pretty good little spot
Trying to set
be
the
in.
trap. Trapped ya.
Doesn't it always seem though an ace comes out on flop?
Yeah,
with
every
kings?
time he's limped with these hands, he's had gotten like the worst flop, and it's never mattered.
He's done right though, because he's played it right.
Right.
Even
He had,
when
he had queens, had an ace-high flop. The guy had Albert had 7 deuce, and he tried to 3-barrel him, and Jimmy wouldn't fold.
He's not being scared.
Right.
You got to play your pairs. You know? Like we've established, odds are you didn't hit that ace, even though the ace is out there. Sure, you're scared of it, but you didn't hit
Make
it.
a hero call it in this thing.
Yeah, in our 17th episode of TCHLive, this is our 5th tournament final table that we've had.
This is episode 17.
Yeah, 17, man. 18 if you count the dress rehearsal that we did, which I counted as kind of like a prequel, like a prelude. That was just like a hey, we're gonna make this work, right? And then Bryson was on the first episode we had on Chris Moneymaker. I think Phil, Zenmaster Phil. Who else did we have on that first final table? I think we had the Westlake's on there. Oh, that was a great night. That Moneymaker 5-5 game. So, and the PLO game. So where we got here? We got top pair for Jimmy.
Jimmy is getting hot at the right times. Heads up, catching pairs, catching big pocket pairs, hitting every flop.
Wow. There's a poll question brewing here, Sam. 1 for Jimmy, 2 for Cole. All the love going right now to Jimmy.
Yeah.
But still early in the voting process. It's still a democratic process here. We are impartial. We just hope for a good game. It's
Well, I'm
Jimmy.
not impartial. I'm rooting for myself first.
Okay, you're rooting for the version of you.
And then,
Yep.
yeah, if I have to come in and do commentary, sure, I'll be impartial.
25K, 50. Cole is down to 12 big blinds. Has played a pretty solid final table here.
Freaking me out over there. Getting there every time.
notice there's no looks like they're talking chop at all.
No, they does not appear anybody has
Jimmy
even
didn't
brought it
come here to
up.
fold.
Usually you can see a body language a little
Yeah.
bit like, hey, come on. Like, you want to think about it? And they I think these guys have done much talking, period.
Jimmy did not come here to fold, and he didn't come here to chop. But that's great. I mean, that's what these
That's the
tournaments are
spirit
all
of
about.
tournament poker. So Jimmy raised it up to 135,000. See what Cole decides.
Maybe if it's a little bit bigger, the buy-ins are deeper and the prize pools are bigger, would you talk chop and be understandable? But
In terms of like, 1,009 first. I want 1,009. I want to go home with 1,009.
Well, and you don't always get to play heads up or three-handed or four-handed. Like by the time you get here, a lot of times in my situation, like I just want to play. Like this is the most fun part about the game right now. You finally made it. You struggled through the boring grind.
Yeah.
And now we're here. Like let's play.
Now we're heads up between the Cole train and Jimmy Buckets. Not quite Jimmy Butler, but he is quite as tenacious. As check and check here as a niner on the turn.
Of course.
Always a 9. It's always.
Jimmy can't miss these boards.
Can't miss the smacking these turn cards.
And sure, Cole's now open-ended, so he's going to make a play here. But as we've learned, Jimmy's not folding a pair.
No, it's heads up, man. Jimmy gonna smash.
We'll see what Cole does too. If he misses the river, does he go for it? Does he lead out at it? Or does he just hit the check fold button?
Six of
We missed
hearts.
the river. We got nothing but jack high for Cole. But
500K in the middle there, Sam. It's one move left here for Cole.
you don't want to check fold and let Jimmy scoop up 500K here. Like I feel like you got to take a chance. But knowing what we know, I don't think Jimmy's going to fold anything.
I don't think so either. Jimmy Buckets.
I mean, he's still got 1.5 behind. He can afford to call this off and still be chip leader by 300,000 or 400,000.
And here we go. On the river. J. Cole. Is he going to reach for chips? He's going in for a bet. Going in for the bluff with Jack High. Jimmy has made third pair with an ace. And you don't need to be a meteorologist to predict that.
I think you can see it in Cole's face. Cole knows it's coming.
This is
He's
not
thinking,
gonna
oh
work.
shit.
This is the son of a.
And Cole's telling himself, I made the right move. Come on, man. You got to fold here.
Yeah,
You
probably
got to fold.
I think he has to shove all in though, but maybe he would still call him. Just it feels like he just ends the tournament right there. But Tank and Jimmy here in the tank.
Oh, if Jimmy wants to stay my favorite player, he better not fold here.
Yeah, can't throw away a pair. That's
Never.
So
Come on,
that's
Jimmy.
like what he just Sam Von Kettleson. Never throw away a pair. Never fold a hand unsuited.
You can't. There it is. There's the call. You knew it. Cole
Sam's
doesn't want
favorite
to
new
show
player
it. He
now.
says, "Oh, fuck."
Sam's favorite new player.
Cole, look at Cole's face. It says it all.
It's
It's
just-
say,
it
how
just
do you
sorta says-
call here? How do you call with a 9?
Well, Jimmy may not have a fold button, but we at TCH Live have a subscribe button, so make sure you press it if you've liked what you've seen tonight here on the final table. Looking to reach 3,200 subscribers. We are almost there with 3,190 some. And you watching right now, you could be sitting at home having Doritos, maybe pouring yourself a cold one. Might not have thought to do it yet. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Be a great poker fan.
And Mike, I'm sure you know this more than I do because you do more commentary. But
Sure.
you're probably never supposed to say, "Oh, this game's over."
It's
always
never
supposed
over.
To,
It's
you're always
never
supposed to try to
over.
make it seem like there's a chance, but man, it feels like this one is all but
feels-
said and done.
Yeah, this is up,
Jimmy just
this is up
keeps-
20 with 4 minutes to go
Yeah.
in a basketball game. It's not impossible to come back, but you're going to have to knock down some shots if you're going to think about winning. We got Jack 3 and Ace 9 again, but different suits.
Jimmy just keeps getting premiums here. Heads up, like these are incredible hole cards here.
We got Jay Cole versus Jimmy Graham.
What's up, brother?
I think we had a visitor just pop on the table to say hello. Right?
Yeah,
We got,
I don't know what this is about, but we're gonna need him to move off the
yeah,
table.
yeah. That's why we have security here at TCH.
Maybe
He might have
see if
gotten
he
his
could-
seat assignment wrong. He,
Excuse me, sir. Registration's
Sir,
actually
so-
closed for this event. Shit, though, I'd like to buy in when
yeah,
there's
yeah.
only
Is
two
there
left.
a way you could do that? I think
Yeah.
you could, like, you would have to buy in for quite a lot, but
If anybody could do that, I could. We changed
you
the rules.
find a way. All right, King Queen versus tens.
Of course
This may
Jimmy
be
has tens.
Enough for Jimmy to win.
I'm
Gotta
surprised
dodge
Jimmy's
king or
even in a
queen.
flip here.
Why didn't check his option? All right. Head up here.
The way
for
Jimmy's
the chance
been
of
running
Jimmy to
the
win
flop
the
will bring a
tournament.
10.
King, Queen, 6. Top two pair, 5. Gonna need to dodge a 10. Cole has doubled up here to 100,000.
Here we go.
108,000. Small double up,
The
but
comeback is on.
excuse me, he's up to 266,000, but he's added 108. But
So that's good for 5 big blinds. Yeah, we're still all in the next 3 or 4 hands.
yeah, here we go. That's it. $25K, $50K.
That would be nice. Right there.
You've seen it done before. All it takes is one, and then one leads to another, and next thing you know, but time is running out here for Cole in seat 3. Would have had 2 overs on pocket 3s. Gonna get 1 or 2 more tries here at this is.
Yeah, at the rate we're going, I mean, he only has 5 big blinds, but he just had to put 2 of them in as in the blind. So we're
It's always
much
nice
all-
when the players follow the rules, right?
yeah. I mean, you're pretty much all in any 2 cards.
Pretty much.
There's no right or wrong answer at this point. It's
It's just get it in and gamble here, Sam. It's-
I don't know much about the solvers or the math, but I literally don't think you're supposed to fold even 7 deuce.
no,
It's just time. Like this is when you get it in.
it's time. It's time. It's all in time. We got a razor up though here. It's 9. Jimmy,
How
up
did Jimmy
nines?
do it?
How does he do this? Just keeps picking up big hands.
So of course he
It's
has
just like
nines.
Cole's
Of course
kinda
Cole
like,
only
wow.
has 3 outs.
Gets it in with king high. Usually pretty good, but hey, Jimmy's played fairly well. Mixed it up, but he's gotten the hands at the right time as well, and that's brings us here to what could be our last hand, King 6 versus 9s. For Jimmy to win the tournament. Here comes a 3 of clubs down
Takes
to
a king and only a king.
and it's queen, and that is it, Jimmy. Has won our Sunday $100 Mega Stack freeze out here on TCH Live for $1,900. Second, Cole takes home $1,250. So that's it, everybody.
Man, this was a good time, Mike.
That was fun, Sam. I think it's time to call it a night. We appreciate you joining us here on the live stream. Join us tomorrow at 5/5 No Limit. Thank you to Carolyn, to Ryan. Thank you to everybody here at TCH, our dealers, staff. Hope you had a great weekend. Join us tomorrow. We'll have Rami joining us on the live stream. Thanks, Sam. Killed it. We had fun out, didn't we?
Yeah. Got to talk about our birthday event coming up. We might as well plug that one more time. We
Yep.
got
5-year anniversary.
March 6, 7, and 8 with Matt Berkey and the Solve for Why guys. It's going to be a good time. Nothing but big things on the future for Texas Card House and TCH Live.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night.